Oh, hey.
Hey.
Usually we sit here.
Yeah, and we just wait. We usually sit here in silence for about an hour before the show.
Yeah.
Just get in the right headspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to mention, because sometimes there's new viewers, before we get into the movie you came here to see.
Let's talk about last week's movie.
Where Hassan didn't see Joyride his whole life, and then now he did.
Yeah. Which, that's not that shocking.
No, but that is the theme of the podcast.
That is the theme of the podcast. Yeah, I never saw Joyride before. Didn't recognize Steve Zahn.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, we went over this before.
Well-renowned actor.
The list of movies that he is in.
Insane.
Which is a lot. And I have
big movies.
Yes. Yes, I will admit big movies. I like to be argumentative. I won't argue here. And I have not seen any of them. I've not seen any of them. Steve Zahn.
They're all on the list. You know what's funny too is they're all on the list. Because a lot of them are big movies that I plan to spoil for him, so they're on the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that does also make sense to your argument as well. That why you haven't seen him.
Yeah. No idea who Steve Zahn is.
Crazy until today. You know him now. You've seen a movie with him now.
I have seen.
You've seen it. How's the first Steve Zahn movie you ever seen?
He's a dick in the movie.
Yeah, he is. He's a good actor.
Yeah. You know what's funny when you were describing? This is a big difference between when you were describing it to me and watching it.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, I didn't know what kind of movie it was. When you were describing it, I was like, "Is this a comedy? Is this an action movie?" But when you watch the movie and you hear the music and how it's shot, it's like, "Oh, it's clear this is some kind of horror movie."
Yes.
Yeah. Thriller.
They don't, because you don't know if it's a horror. Because you think they're gonna go horror, but it turns into just a suspense thing.
Yeah, I guess in some ways it's a horror movie. It's a little bit scary.
For sure. I mean, it's scary. It's definitely scary.
Yeah.
The whole point is to scare you. It's not to make you feel good.
I couldn't help but think, man, this whole situation, everything is because they're so goddamn white. Fucking making white people decisions, putting a CB radio in, spending money on that. That's so white.
Yeah.
Then to talk to people, and then to be like,
apologize. What do you think of the guy's voice?
You ever watch Silence of the Lambs?
Love Silence. What? Of course.
It's Buffalo Bill.
No way. That's the voice?
Mm-hmm, that's the voice.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. It's what's funny?
I love Buffalo Bill.
In the
Who doesn't love Buffalo Bill, dude? That's a great character.
You're right, but that's just a funny way to say it.
It is a crazy thing to say.
Oh man, what a good guy.
But if you see Silence of the Lambs, you're like, oh nigga, you remember Buffalo Bill.
Oh yeah, I mean
tucks his dick in.
He does tuck it.
Oh yeah. We fly
horses. The lotion in the basket.
I've seen Earl Skakel dance naked to this song.
Yeah.
So many times.
Yeah.
Shout out to Earl Skakel and his dick.
Yeah, I seen his penis.
Hey.
Back when the store was a different place, like 3 years
Comedy
ago.
Store used to, guys, let me tell you, while we're talking about Joyride, let's get into the Comedy Store for a little bit.
Yeah, we were the last generation to see dicks up there.
Yo, dicks. I saw Schizo's ball. Is
great.
infected ball,
That was
which is
great.
this. I
huge.
can't. I'd get off camera.
Huge.
It's not big enough.
Yeah, so the way it would work is Don Barris would get people to pay. Would try to get the audience members to give money to see this guy's infected testicle,
And
the
I would
guy
give.
would walk out with like $100 sometimes.
Yep. Every time I work the OR, because you make money working the OR as a door guy. Every time I worked the OR and the offer to see Schizo's ball, I was the first 5 every time. Every time. I didn't care, bro. I'll throw 20 on that bitch. I get to see his ball. It's not even about me seeing it. Because at a certain point, you don't even want to see it. You want to see everybody else see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Comedy Store doesn't show naked people no more. Now it's all fucking corporate with Mike Binder's name in the room.
Well, let's
I'm not shitting on Mike Binder, but just saying, Mike, since your name's been in the room, I've seen less dicks.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what I mean? I can't argue that. I'll also be like, hey, let's not shit on the store like that. But you're right. There was a direct correlation between his name being in the room and me not seeing any more penises in there.
Come on, baby. If you work there, you know you're like, damn, bro. I used to see all dicks all the time. Titties?
Yeah, titties were nice.
I saw some puss. I seen pussy on that stage.
That's the one thing I haven't seen there.
I've seen a puss.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Hairy.
Oh.
Not like gross, but like dope.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Like good for you, lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be your own woman.
Be your own.
Be the strong, independent woman your mother wanted you to be.
How do we get here?
Ted Levine, the Buffalo Bill. That's the guy who plays
Buffalo Bill. Dude, great. That guy, great voice.
Yeah. Very scary. Yeah, and in the movie, I was joking about Kiefer Sutherland being the guy, but that's on the same level.
Oh no, I think they both killed it as voice men.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. A voice villain.
Yeah. It's just so white.
Yeah. Every situation was like how that is a good point. you're in a cornfield, white, so white. Mm-hmm. Hey, how white is it to be running through a cornfield from a guy trying to kill you? Never see black people in that situation, or brown people, or that's a white situation.
Yeah. Well, you also you don't tell him who you are after he kills the guy. The fact that the CB radio only works in a 5-mile radius.
Yes.
So clearly, when the guy's like, "I need to find candy cane," you don't say anything, and the guy will be like, "Oh, they're out of my radius." Out of my radius.
Well, he did. That's good. He did. Well, he was on him. He was following him with the tail light. Or was that before that had happened yet?
That was before that happened.
Oh, you're right.
Because if he was just like candy cane, and they just didn't answer, eventually he'd have to be like, maybe they're not candy cane. Maybe candy cane was somebody else.
I was like, dude, you do the voice.
Yeah. I also kept thinking, like, man, whoever this guy is, he's really fucking up the timing of whatever he has to deliver. Because he had to go get their friend to kidnap her. You know what I mean?
On her way to San Antonio.
Yeah. Also, he had to figure that out because they're going from Salt Lake. They're going from Denver to New Jersey.
They're going from Denver to New Jersey. Fred was going to San Antonio.
So Fred is going south.
Yo, come on. Let's break it down. Let's break it down.
South. They're going east. So he had to somehow also make great time, kill the guy in Wyoming. He kills the guy in Wyoming, goes down towards San Antonio, meets them.
Okay.
Yeah, meets back with them. So he's just constantly moving. And on top of that, he has things to deliver.
We don't know what he's delivering, but he's delivering something.
Right.
Also,
and on top of that, he ditches his truck.
Also, the ice truck people, you know what's crazy? You know how they did this now that the guy's like, oh, you're right. Because, the guy who drives the ice truck in Wyoming, that ice wouldn't have got delivered. And people would have been like, yo, where the fuck is the ice? And then they'd have found like, yo, he's missing. And then when the cops found him, they're like, yo, this is a missing guy in Wyoming.
Yeah. Also, the fact that the second the coroner did any report on it, they'd be like, oh, this guy
died from a car accident.
Yeah. He shouldn't have been bleeding. Like, I guess if we wanted to keep the movie scientifically accurate, he should not have been bleeding when they shot him. He was dead by then.
Yeah, you're right.
That dude was dead. There's no blood.
All the blood would have been out.
All the blood would have been out. Or it would have been fresh. It would have been like the
Dry.
mountain.
It'd have been like, he'd have stunk, dude.
Yeah.
It'd have been a rot. Also, I guess it'd have been like a full day or two. He'd have started to at least kind of stink.
Yeah, definitely. And
also like the mountain. Good reference.
How crazy how none of the bullets hit the girl, too. They just unloaded that thing on that truck. They unloaded on that truck. She got
I guess she was like under the floorboard or something?
Yeah, that's not that bad of a, if you were trying to be like,
but they could have.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, but they could have put a bullet in her head.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah. Oh, this was also super white. Where he tells the cops not to shoot him, and he runs away from the cops, and they don't shoot him.
Yo, whitest scene in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Because the whole movie, I'm like, yeah, they kind of fucked up. I believe this. So I don't believe all of this, but I believe some of this. But then that, where he jumps out the window,
and
the cops don't lay into that nigga. Yeah. Don't believe that in any way.
So white.
It's the whitest thing ever.
So white.
The whitest thing. Yeah, you're right. That is the whitest thing I've ever seen in a movie. Is a nigga not getting shot by the cops when he goes, "Don't shoot me."
Yeah.
Well, he did look like Paul Walker.
Huh?
Paul Walker's beautiful. Does he look like Paul?
He is beautiful.
You watch this, you're like, damn, Paul, you're a good-looking guy. Was.
Well, and that's Joyride.
Is that Joyride?
I think so. I think that's Joyride. I wouldn't say you have to watch it.
No, it's a movie. It's one of those. It's one of those, because we didn't really talk about it, but it's one of those. I like this movie. I wish this movie. I wish TV still existed. This is one of those that, man, bro. This is the reason. The only reason I saw this movie. I came across it on fucking whatever one late night as a kid, and that's how movies are supposed to be found.
I guess the idea, I think we've talked about, of like that popcorn flick of just like it's just on whatever, I'll watch it, it's gone. Like, why would I choose?
You're not gonna choose Joyride.
Why would I choose this? Honestly, why would I choose this?
Yo, it's on the queue next to It's next to Silence of the Lambs, The Office, a Bill Burr special. Right. You're telling me I'm choosing Joy? Get the fuck out of here! I'm not choosing Joyride. Now you put all that shit on a guide and I'm passing it. I'll stop.
Or I'm just flipping through channels.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. I mean, like, like you just flipping through.
Mm-hmm. The joy of flipping through channels is kind of over, unless you like are staying in a hotel room.
And that's what makes it's the most exciting thing about hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Flipping through the fucking
Just
channels.
flipping the
Because you
channels.
don't know what's going to be on that next channel. And
No,
it's like,
I just sort of have to watch it.
Yep, and you might catch the middle of Castaway or some shit. And you come right in on Wilson or come right in. It's like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, this is a good movie to come right in the middle of.
That's what I'm saying. This is a movie where you're like, yo, who, what? A truck? What?
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
What kind of ridiculous?
That's how you enjoy this movie. You go into this movie like, oh, I'm going to watch Joyride. You're never going to enjoy it. You get surprised by it, you'll be like, what did I just watch?
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, and I hate that we don't get that no more. Now it's like, oh, it's just bad movies. Like everybody's like, oh, it's bad. It's like, yeah, because you had to decide to watch it. You didn't get to just come across Pikachu Detective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
now it's like it'll go from the theater straight to
A streaming service.
Streaming service.
Yeah.
And I have to decide. And of course I'm not going to decide to watch that. Now if I'd have come across it one day, I might be in the right mood. I might like it.
Yeah. You might like this movie if you're in the right mood.
Not no more.
Yeah. And,
Times have just changed.
and that's Joyride.
That's Joyride.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You came back.
Yay.
Took us 3 weeks to get that right.
Yeah, right. Ooh, a lot of we had to ditch the harmonies.
We also got into 3 big fights, like
Yeah.
blowouts. Like we didn't talk to each other one of the weeks. It was crazy. Anyway, we nailed the song. I'm
Yeah.
glad we're back.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're friends again. That really got weird.
Yeah, it was a strange time in our lives.
But we nailed it. And let's do another episode of Spoil the Beans.
All right, let's do it. Yeah.
You down with that?
I'm down with
What
that.
episode is this? Number what? You know?
71 or 72?
You guys know? Just fucking answer us.
All right,
Once.
For real.
Once. We throw it to you guys all the time.
We try to have some sort of fan participation, and you guys never take part.
It's weird.
Yeah, right?
It's like you're just watching. Anyway, Hassan, you participate in this podcast, and I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Even though we're trying to get rid of you, and we will.
I don't know who it is.
What happens? Can you tell me what happens
Okay.
in one of my favorite movies of all time,
Okay.
Little Giants?
Oh. Football movie. It's probably the story is about like this older dude. I don't know who plays him. But he maybe like his grandkid is in football or whatever. And then he sees the coach of the team, and he is a terrible coach. And the older dude's like, "Oh fuck, I can do better." And he becomes sort of the reluctant head coach. So we have a reluctant head coach situation, right? And,
Okay.
Yeah, these kids are awful on the team. The Giants, the kids are pretty awful, and there is a team in the league that is like. They're like, they have an evil coach and everything's efficient. You know what I mean? He's got a ruthless coach and everything's efficient. And they're like the Patriots almost, or the bad.
Oh, wow. Bill
bad
Belichick
guys.
coach.
Yeah. And the Little Giants are a ragtag team. And they become good, but that's because they play unorthodox. They don't play the same style. They're like,
Ooh, I like that.
They're all more about having fun, and the coach finds like skills that suit all the different kids.
Are you describing Mighty Ducks to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Giants. Yeah, but it's football.
Okay. I was like, at a certain point, I was like, this became Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Isn't everything just Mighty Ducks when you
Yes,
think about
it is. Departed,
Mighty
same
Ducks.
ending. Come on.
Yeah.
Write a different ending, Departed.
Yeah, and they win on like some kind of like weird trick play on the last play of the game.
And that's Little Giants, huh?
It's the Little Giants.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, you get better each week.
Dude, I know what I'm doing.
You do, man.
I know what I'm
you
doing.
know what to do.
I know what I'm doing.
I love this movie.
Oh, yes.
This is one of the movies I've seen. Me and my brother, Cornelius Poston, have seen this movie. I mean, this is up there with Rocky IV, Friday Night Lights, as far as movies I've seen. Dark Knight, movies that I've seen just so many times it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and this movie is like from what the outside perspective, it seems like this movie is for like boys.
This movie is for boys who play youth sports.
Okay.
It's Mighty Ducks. Same, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you play youth sports and you're a kid when you saw this,
Right.
oh my God.
Yeah, it was like crazy.
It's for you. They made a movie for you. You know what I mean? Imagine being a kid. You're like, oh my God.
They made a movie. All right.
Yeah. Well, They made a movie for you.
Yeah,
Okay, you say they made a movie. Well, yeah, but okay. So, Little Giants starts with a whistle blowing, right? And you see a bunch of X's and O's on the screen. And the X's and O's are going at each other, and then they turn into like a name, like the credits. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like X, like you hear whistle blowing, you hear like kind of like band music. The X's and O's, like they'll go at each other for a play, and then it'll turn into a name.
Oh,
No,
a name,
it'll turn into like the credits. It'll turn to a name. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is going on for a while. And it's just happy-go-lucky music going in the back, like happy band, like what you would hear if you're going to a college football game before the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Little Giants comes in on a water tower. All right? It says, "Welcome to Urbania," water tower. And then Urbania, Ohio, 1964.
Ooh,
okay?
Period piece.
We see this movie came out in 94.
Yes.
By the way, just to let you know.
Yeah.
So we see the two brothers walking down the street. All right. And one brother's just serious. His clearly older brother, he's bigger, and he's just like walking beeline. And the younger brother is impersonating winning a game. He's like, and the quarterback drops back, and he dodges somebody, and he throws it to the ball, and he catches it, and he spins. Like, you know what I mean? He's like saying all this to himself. He's like, he's going down the sideline, and he's almost out, and touchdown, and he wins the game, you know? And then he looks at his brother, he's like, hey, Kevin, how many touchdowns are you going to throw to me today? And his brother doesn't say anything. He just keeps walking. Right. And then he keeps walking. He's like, what? He's like, oh, man, we're going to dominate, blah, blah, blah. And then the older brother goes, what time is Mom picking you up? And he's like, she isn't today. Mom said I can hang out with you all day. Isn't that awesome? And the older brother's like, great.
Words older brothers want to hear.
Right?
Yeah.
Older brother doesn't say anything, doesn't make a face, just boom, hops the fence, keeps going.
Right.
And the little brother, like, he struggles to like hop the fence clearly. You know, like it's a big fence.
Right.
So he leaves, and the little brother's got the football, right? And so then it cuts to a group of kids. It's like 15, 20 kids. And you hear them all go, spaces or laces, baby, here we go. They spin them. You know what spaces or laces mean?
Yeah, if it lands with the laces up, that team gets the ball.
It's like heads or tails.
Yeah.
It's just heads or tails. So,
Okay, so they're using it to pick teams.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So spaces or laces, you spin it, and if it lands laces up, whoever said laces or space, it's just like heads and tails.
Right.
You know what I mean? So spaces or laces. The dude's like spaces, you know, laces, daddy-o. The Kevin guy wins, right? And he goes, I'll take butts. They start picking teams. The other kid's like, I'll take Johnson. I'll take Taylor. You know what I mean? Give me Reggie. You know what I mean? So you see, and then now, while this happened, it zooms in on the little brother's face. And you see him like all excited. And then you see like, he starts breaking, you know, because it gets dwindling down. And then you see him like look down and he doesn't get picked. And then you hear like everybody else go, all right, that's everybody, let's play some ball. And he's just standing on the sideline alone. And then his brother runs up and he's like, hey, Danny, give me the ball. And his little brother's like, and he holds it for a second. He's like, Danny, give me the ball. And he's like, man, I must be. And he goes like this. He's like, I must be really bad if my own brother won't pick me. And he's like, Danny, look at it my way. I'm just so good. It makes you look bad. And the brother like smiles like that. He goes, are you trying to cheer me up? And he goes, yeah. And then he grabs the ball from him. He runs off. He goes, I'm going to score some touchdowns for you though, huh? And the little brother's like, right? And he just walks off to the bleachers on the sideline. And then a girl runs up, like this little pretty girl. And then she's like, hey, Danny. And he's like, hey, Patty. And she's like, why aren't you playing? And he's like, oh, I'm on the injured list. And then like he limps off, right?
Right.
And she's like, oh, right?
This is quick thinking.
Yeah.
Quick thinking.
So, right, they're about to start, right? Like you see one team's about to receive, the other kid's about to kick off. And then the brother goes, hey, Danny. And he stops. He goes, you see that water tower? And he points at the water tower. He's like, one day, little bro, it's going to be our names up there. The O'Shea brothers. We're going to own this town. And he foots the ball. Foots it. And all the other kids are like crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it goes up in slow-mo. And it goes above the water tower. And then it comes back down.
It's a different scene.
Right? And the ball comes back down. It says, welcome to Urbania, home of football great Kevin O'Shea. And you just, as the football's coming down, you hear, dig, 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 dig. And we see our lead, Al Bundy.
I thought I was gonna say Ed O'Neill.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's
when I say he kills this movie.
Bro, dude, this is one of the funniest people of all time.
He is one of the funniest people of all time.
Of all time. It's insane.
It's insane how funny he is.
Insane. And for that long.
Dude, right?
From Married with Children to
Modern Family right now. Right now.
It's insane. That's
Still
insane
killing
career.
it. And like, yo, you can put on the episode, me and Sam were talking about this. You can put on the episode of Modern Family right now, like a recent one. He's funny, bro. Yeah. He is funny.
Funny guy.
So
funny
he's our lead.
guy.
He's nice for you. So he's still kind of young in this.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's really serious. All right, he's got the shades on. He's got the straight up like the Pee Wee football coach outfit. You know what I mean?
I vaguely think I know what you're talking
You
about.
see this guy. You know what I mean? Just what you thought of the bad coach, how he would be dressed.
Okay.
You see him.
Okay.
All right. Dark shades. It's like, come on, bro. We're at fucking Pee Wee football practice.
Does he have a jacket with the jersey
Oh, yeah.
of the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cowboys.
Okay.
He's the Cowboys.
Ooh.
All right. And, you know, he's, dig, come on, boys. You know, suck it up faster. And then right then you see, as these kids are running drills, you see a kid get rocked. Boom! This fat kid, right? And he goes, ooh, now we're talking. That's what I'm talking about. And everybody runs up. He goes, nice pop, Icebox. And the Icebox throws her helmet off. It's a girl.
Ooh.
And she goes, thanks, Uncle Kev. All right?
Okay, so it's the guy.
Huh?
Oh, so this is like a sibling rivalry movie type thing.
So, yo, that's what I thought. This is a great movie.
I like this.
I knew this was like, oh, he's gonna it's sports and he's gonna love like, oh, they put some backstory in this. Yeah. So, they lean down and they go, hey, Rudy, you okay? This fat kid, and he gets up and he takes off his helmet and there's a sandwich in his helmet.
Right.
And they go, peanut butter jelly sandwich, huh? You're never gonna get anywhere, son, treating your helmet like a lunchbox. And then he grabs some more food out and he goes, what are those? And the assistant coach goes, Cheetos, coach. And he goes, crunchy or puff? And the other coach goes, puff. And then Al Bundy goes, wimp. Nigga, I knew it was coming. I still made me laugh today. Who talks to a kid? Because he's just he's so serious.
Right.
Like, also the Cheetos are puffs. Like, that's really like.
So like that's important.
So this nigga, like he goes, all right, everyone on this side of me, with me, everyone on this side over here, go with Coach Butts. Let's go, running drills, right? He's like, let's see who's gonna make this team. So he starts throwing like passes to the kids.
Right.
They're just running like a little 10-yard button hook. You know what I mean? Seeing who can catch. They all start catching it, and then this one black kid, he drops it.
Right.
And then the coach O'Shea's like, the kid's got hands like frying pans. Next! Throws another one, right? And then the black kid's walking back, and he's like, why you do this to me, fellas? Huh? I take care of you. I wash you. I clean you. I trim you. Nothing. And then another kid starts talking shit to him about how he can't catch. Like, Hayden, you couldn't catch a fucking cold in the winter or some shit, right? And then he starts talking shit back. He's like, yeah, well, you can catch this. And he starts shooting like snot rockets on him. They're like, oh, bro, you fucking loser. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, right then, Coach O'Shea, he starts timing all the kids 40 times. And, Icebox is cheering on all like the technical, like you can see like the loser, like the kids who definitely would be loser kind of kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're showing you that like, oh, some of these kids are clearly athletic as fuck.
And some of them are not gonna. Some of them are kids.
Some of them are kids.
Yeah.
All right, but she's like, you can tell she's the best. Like you can tell they've already established. Oh, she's the best player out there.
Okay.
But she's like really supportive of those guys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So she's cheering them on, right? And then they have the fat kid run. Mm-hmm. And the coach O'Shea's just kind of looking at him as he's running the 40. It's taking him forever. He's like, it's really funny too because he's just, right? And he runs. And then he's like, all right, next. And then a black kid runs and he's really fast. He's like, excellent job, Briggs. And then the fat kid, and he tells him, he's like, you ran into 6'5" or what, like 7'2" or some shit. And the kid's like runs off. And the fat kid walks up. He's like, what about me, coach? What was my time? He's like, I don't know, son. I don't have a goddamn sundial. Next. Bro, he's so mean to these kids, bro.
I love it. He's a great mean guy.
God, he's such a good mean guy.
That's his thing. He's the mean guy.
On Modern Family, he's the mean, lovable guy, which is interesting. Because he's very lovable.
He's mean and lovable almost always.
Yeah, Married with Children, he's mean and lovable.
Yeah. That's his thing. He's
very mean on Married with Children. He goes hard on that one. He goes way harder than that on Modern Family.
You couldn't. That show couldn't exist today.
No.
He's just making fun of fat girls.
Going in, nigga.
That's all he's doing.
It's so good.
Yo, have you ever seen that? I love watching those compilations. There's compilations of him working at the shoe store. Just
Bro, and going and ripping into people.
Yeah, no, fat women especially.
Yeah. Oh my God, the one time I remember one episode they brought him on like a show, bro. Like it was either a game show or some shit with all these women. I just remember that. I just remember like him going off on how fat all the women on the show were. And it was like, wow, I can't believe you could do that. No, you're right, because today is like, no way that episode gets passed.
No way.
On NBC or some shit?
The only way you could do it is if they were conservative women. If they were like,
they're women like,
women,
yeah, and they're,
yeah.
But to do it to just a bunch of random different color women.
No.
Get out of here.
They have to be white trash women.
Hollywood, get your act together. We're never gonna have Al Bundys again if we're acting like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true.
You're gonna lose great kind of characters. These Homer Simpson-esque characters.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a good hot take, Hollywood. Get your act together.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I got your back.
I know you do. So one of the kids, like the more athletic kids, he looks at Icebox. He goes, "Hey, Icebox, you look like a boy and you play like a boy, but do you pee standing up?" And then another kid's like, "She might be hot to trot, but when she's got to pee, she's still got to squat." And then she grabs the kid and just starts choking him out. And everyone's like, "Oh, let her go. Let him go. Come on, Becky." And she's like, she's just like no emotion, just like choking this kid out.
Right.
And then her dad comes up, and it's the nigga from all the Honey, I Shrunk the Kid movies. He's the nerdy guy.
Moranis?
Yes.
Oh.
He's in this. He plays he's a little brother grown up now.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? And he's like, "Becky, let him go." And she's looking at him, and he goes, "Becky!" And then she's like, throws him like that, right? You know? And the kid's like, "Oh." And she goes, "You're lucky my dad showed up." And then she walks off. But she's a beast, bro.
Right.
So he, the brother goes up, the Morales kid, he goes up and he's talking to the brother's wife.
Right.
Like she's there too, like, you know, like who would be his brother's wife and daughter. And he hugs them. She's like, "Hey," you can tell like they're fan. Like she says hi. And then they ask, he's like, "Oh, how's it going?" I was at work, I missed some of it. And she's like, "Oh, it's great. She's the best one out there by far," right? And he's like, "Oh, awesome," you know? So they show a table with a bunch of Pee-wee cowboy jerseys on it, like cowboy helmets. And all the kids are waiting on the other side, and they're all like hoping to get picked. They're all like looking at the table, right? And then Kevin O'Shea character starts giving a speech, bro. He goes, "I'm a lucky guy. Lucky to be born in O'Shea. Lucky to be born in this great town. Also lucky to bring some things back to this great town." And then the camera pans over, he's spinning, and it's the Icebox character, and she's saying everything he's saying. Like, he says this every day. You know what I mean? She's like, "Things I brought back to this town: 3 high school championships, a national collegiate title, an All-American title." And then she touches another kid. And not to mention a Heisman Trophy. Bro, he's awesome. And he's like looking at everybody like, you know? And he goes, and today I'm gonna be lucky enough to bring something else back to this town. A Pee-wee state title. Everybody cheers, right? So he goes, "When you hear your name called, I want you to go up to Coach Butts and get your jersey."
God, I remember this.
Yeah?
The waiting to see if you made the team.
Nigga, I do too.
Yeah. It was it's a good feeling when you make it.
When you make it.
When you make it, it's a good feeling.
When you don't,
Ooh.
it hurts, bro.
Ooh.
That shit hurts.
Yeah, when you look at that list and your name ain't
Your
there.
name ain't on that motherfucker, dog.
Yeah.
And your friends are,
Ooh.
real wake up call.
Brought me back to middle school. Back to my athletic days in middle school.
I've only ever not made 2 teams in my whole life.
Basketball?
One high school basketball, freshman year.
Okay. And then did you not just...
Well, I never played basketball like that either, so that one I didn't care about. I was just like, "Oh, I don't play basketball. I just try it out because I'm athletic, whatever."
Right.
High school baseball. I didn't make it, but that's because I was a bad motherfucker at baseball, bro, just like football.
Yeah.
But the school I went to, I admit this. It is what it is,
You
bro.
just couldn't compete?
I mean,
level?
I'm talking about, bro, I was a high level baseball player.
Right.
All the kids on that team, either pros, either in the MLB right now, as we're talking,
Yeah.
or D1 college baseball players. They won state every year. They were the best team in the nation. They were always top 5 in the nation. That kind of baseball team.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
And I made it to second cuts. I mean, on a team like that, I made it to second cuts.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I'm not in it. But that was the first time I was just like, damn, I wanted to make this team, and I wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? Because everything else I always was good. And other than basketball, I never played. But baseball and football, I've never not made a team. And always was like a player on the team, if not a star player on the team. So that one was like, oh, wow, this is a way. But then, and then I just focused on football, and then everything worked out. But that was a wake-up call of like, damn, bro, some niggas are better than me in baseball.
I think that every day.
That's why we keep him on the podcast. Guys.
Yeah. I only do this podcast because I can't play baseball.
Yo, if he can play baseball, he'd be gone.
Yeah, dude. If I could play professionally, I'd be out of here.
If I can play Yo, wait, we're not even talking about on just. You're talking about if you played for the fucking Diamondbacks?
Yes. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, you know.
Yeah, you'd probably be fucking playing Oakland today.
You know,
You're somebody.
I'm just putting it out there, you know, trying to manifest.
Still at 26?
Yeah, the D-back specifically.
Yeah, man. You're the next Randy Johnson.
Yeah,
I know you pitch on the softball team.
Yeah,
I've heard the rumors.
Slow pitch softball, baby.
They call him Slow Pitch Johnson.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
You're the slow pitch Randy Johnson,
I'm
dude.
slow pitch Johnson.
Fastest slow pitch you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. I can mesmerize you with how high I can throw it underhand.
That's so stupid. Okay, where are we talking about? Oh, movie.
Oh God, I forgot what we left off.
They're picking teams. That's where we because you got thrown back. They're picking the team.
Yeah. The cuts.
We're cuts. So Icebox and all the nerdy kids are talking about. Oh man, those jerseys look so cool. So I want to get one of those jerseys, right? He starts calling out the names. Briggs. Patterson, Johnson, Taylor, and then she's like, and it zooms in on her, and I love her because she does a good job. She keeps clapping, but you can see her face, like what the fuck?
Names.
Also, and like, what the fuck, dude? I mean,
I'm
imagine
better than these people.
Yeah, like it was clear I was the best player, like by everyone's standard,
right?
So, like, even when the dudes were talking shit, they were like, you may look like a girl and play like a boy. It's like, even he was like, well, I know you're better than me at football.
Well, that's why they're not talking shit about, like, her play. It was about other shit.
How she pees.
You're
right.
Yeah.
So, it keeps going. Scanlon, my man, they keep, like, naming names. And then the dad and the aunt, like, are watching. They're even, like, they look at each other like, what's going on? Like, why isn't he, and then they're all looking. And then he goes, all right. And last but not least, the backbone of this team, Sean Murphy. And it's the bully kid who was talking shit to her, she choked out. Right. He's like, yeah. And he like gets in her face, like, yeah, I knew it. Yeah. Like in front of everybody. And they're all like cheering for him, Right. And she's just like that. And he goes, well, now for the rest of you. And then like one of the couple other the nerdy kids are like crying, like actually crying. He's like, I'd like to thank you for trying out. And he looks at Becky and he goes, and there's always next year. And she's just like, you motherfucker. You know what I mean?
It's good to make the villain team the Cowboys. What a call.
Right?
What a call. Fuck the Cowboys.
Come on, I love the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
But go Titans for now. But I love the Cowboys.
Fuck Cowboys.
So her dad walks up to the Morales guy. He walks up to the kids. And he's like being really just consoling. Like, hey, guys, this sucks. I've been, it happened, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's going to be okay. And the other kids are like crying and they run off, but his daughter's just like, she's like this, and he like grabs her on her shoulder. She's like she takes it like a champ. Right, you know what I mean? Like you tell like, oh, this is a badass girl. So it shows O'Shea's getting into his dope sports car, right? The brother. And then the younger brother, Morales, he comes up and he goes, Kev, what are you doing, man? What's this? And he goes, putting together a team, little bro. That's what I'm doing. And then he goes, you see their faces? Did you see those kids' hurt faces? Hey, football's not about faces.
It really isn't.
He's like, I'm trying to win a title. He goes, what are you, Vince Lombardi right now? You're going to hurt these kids' feelings? And then the assistant coach next to him, the Butts guy, he goes, those kids are losers. Yeah, bro. Oh, wait till we get it. This guy's my favorite character in the movie. Okay. This is his first line.
Relax, buddy.
His name's Butts.
Relax.
So
his name is Butts. That's funny.
Butts. So he goes, but what about Becky? She's better than all those boys. You know it. He goes, Icebox is a girl. And maybe if you started treating her like one, she'd act like it. He goes, don't tell me how to raise my daughter. Well, you don't tell me how to pick my squad. Always love that line because those are not the same things.
Yeah.
Yo, I can definitely inquire on how you pick your team. I'm not saying I can tell you how, but that's like a normal thing for me to be like, oh, really? You didn't pick her?
Yeah.
She seemed like the best player. Compared to, don't raise your daughter this way.
But in Ed O'Neill's world, there's zero difference.
Zero difference.
There's zero difference. So like, it makes total sense.
It makes all the sense.
Yeah, it's also like, dude, relax. It's not even college. It's not like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I get, like, winning is important and the drive to be competitive is important, but it's also like, at a certain point, it's like,
they're 9.
Let them, they're also like, have just this crazy energy that I don't know. So let them have fun.
Yeah.
Let them have fun. It's so crazy. It's insane how intense parents get over
Pee Wee football, Pee Wee sports.
Pee Wee sports. It's like, relax.
It's real, dude. I've seen legitimate fights, like full on Parents rushed the field. It was my Pee Wee. I'll never forget Pee Wee San Diego.
Okay.
Pee Wee football. Los Toros Bulls. That's what I played for. Fans rushed the field.
What happened?
To fight. A kid had another kid like down on the ground. There had already been back and forth between the coaches.
Okay.
Kid had another kid down on the ground. It was like one of the kid's sons.
Right.
So the kid whose
One of the
father
coach's
was,
sons,
yeah, on the other team ran up and threw the kid off his son.
Yeah.
So now, of course, the other coach runs off like, yo, don't fucking touch the kids like that.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Full-on fist fight.
Well.
Yo, coaches, fans, parents, my mom filming all of it. It's all on tape at my house. If you ever come to Memphis, I'll show you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, all on tape. Oh my God, they're kids. People are trying to move the kids out of the way. You see people fucking get knocked out. You see niggas just straight up fighting, jacking. And then the video ends with my mom filming a guy getting arrested because he went to the car to get a gun. So it ends with just some Mexican dude like, hey, what? Hey! Yo, Pee Wee football games. Yo, flag football, not even tackle. Not even this. It was flag. It was a flag football. We were like 5 and 6 years old. True story.
So yeah, my point holds. Just fucking relax.
Clearly, dude.
Just relax.
Dear God. So he, you know, they get into that argument, and then he goes, trust me, Danny, it's better this way. Mm-hmm. You'll thank me tomorrow. And I know you see, and he's like, and I know you see it my way. And he pulls off. Mm-hmm. So it goes to, he's back at his house and he's having dinner, right? And his daughter's like praying, and then they start eating, and the mom goes, why didn't you pick Becky? And he has 2 daughters. He has like an older daughter, and then like an older daughter that would be all the other kids' age, and then like a younger was like 4 or 5, right? She's like, why didn't you pick Becky? She's the best player out there, and she's your niece. And then the little daughter goes, and she can make boys cry. Like, she's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he goes, she's a girl. He goes, maybe I'm being pig-headed. And then the mom goes, yeah. He goes, and I agree. He goes, I think Becky should be involved. Debbie, and he looks at his other daughter, I want you to get your friends on the horn. I need spirit. I need pom-poms. I need cheerleaders. And he looks at the wife, and the wife's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know? Other daughter's like, yes. So, cuts to Icebox. She's with her dad. She's like, God, I hate not getting picked. She's sitting at a table by herself. And the brother's trying to console her. And then he starts talking about how their mom left them. Right? Ooh. And since their mom left, they've been closer. And you never know. He's like, bad things happen, but good things come out of it. He's like, their mom left, now we're closer. He's like, you didn't make this team. You never know, man. He's like, you don't know what's gonna happen from this because you didn't make this team. And then she goes, I just want to play football, Dad. And he goes, sweetie, if I had a team, I'd pick you. I promise. She smiles, right? So the nerdy kids, they're at like their clubhouse, right. And they're all bummed out. They're all like, oh man, this is so stupid. I hate that we didn't make it. Blah, blah, blah. We're all losers. You know, they're being hard on themselves. And then one kid, the black kid who can't catch, he goes, there goes my shot at the pros. Now I got to be a senator. I died. I never noticed that line until this morning. Now I gotta be a senator.
Yeah.
Come on, that's hilarious, nigga. Why a senator? So the fat kid farts. Cuts a real nasty fart. Everybody starts laughing. They're like, oh man, fucking gross, right? The bully
We've
kid.
already had a pee joke and a fart joke. We're just
come on.
A poo joke away from the kids trifecta.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
The kids trifecta. The funniest things in comedy trifecta. What you mean?
The trifecta. Sorry. Trifecta. The trifecta.
So the bully kids come up, right? And they're like, oh man, you fucking stinky fat kid, you know, you fat ass, lose some weight, you're gonna die of diabetes. They're saying all this stuff. It's weird turn.
Classic kid stuff.
Weird turn in the movie. Yeah. So they start bullying them, and then the other kids are like, man, you guys, scram, get out of our clubhouse, blah, blah, blah. And then they start giving the kids wedgies. Like they start giving them all the wedges. And then they hear tires, and they all look at each other, they go, Icebox! And then y'all get off, and they get on their bikes, they start rolling, and the other kids are like, yeah! And you see a fucking go-kart. Fucking right, and now she's like on their ass. It's just a dope scene, right? They're like, yeah, get her, Icebox, and she's like a fucking like a dope ass skull helmet and like a fucking serial killer look, and then she fucking hits one, right, rams him off the road. She fucking gets close to the other kid, and she like uses like her little feather thing to like brush tickle his face. He fucking falls, and then she gets on that Sean Murphy kid, the kid who was like a real asshole.
Yeah.
She gets on him, right? She's right up on him, and she fucking boom, hits him into this big lake. He goes flying, slow motion in the lake, right? Lands, and he goes, man, and she's like smiling at him. like on the side. And he goes, man, you're a big shot in that go-kart. I'd do anything to get you on that field. And she goes, yeah, you'll get your chance. He goes, how? You don't have a team. He goes, we started our own team. He goes, who's your coach? My dad. And he goes, you're dead. You're a loser, dad. And then she goes, does a bunch of donuts, like spraying mud all over him, right?
Right.
And then fucking she storms off.
Well, he just loses, but still doesn't
Quit.
Yeah.
That's a real bully.
Yeah, a little bit. Real bullies can get shamed.
No. I mean, that's a person, I think.
Yeah.
Because a bully who gets shamed and then like, oh, I got to stop doing this. And we all been there. A real bully keeps on going.
Talking shit even while he's being
That's what I'm
shamed,
saying.
in the middle of being
In the
shamed.
middle of it. That's like, oh, dude, what's going on? That's also, you want to grab that kid. Oh,
That's commitment to your craft.
For sure.
Yeah.
Also, that's definitely in real life. You got to grab that kid and go, hey, what's going on at home, man?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A kid doing shit like that. It's like,
yeah.
yo, are you getting beat or touched? Like,
Yeah.
what, you have to get. You're getting all this anger out.
Show me on this doll. What is
happening at
home? At home.
This whole movie just turns into a scene, episode of True Detective.
Yeah, I know. Oh God, everyone's getting raped out here.
Looking back at tapes 20 years ago.
Yeah, that should be True Detective's tagline.
What?
True Detective, everyone's getting raped out here. That's that show.
That's all that show is.
That's that
Great show.
Amazing show. It's like if Law and
I knew you
Order.
were about to say it.
It's like if Law and Order SVU was the Dark Knight. It's you know what I mean.
Yo.
It's the Christopher Nolan Law and Order SVU.
Yo, hot take.
Hot take.
True
Hot
Detective
take
is Law and Order, directed by Christopher Nolan. If you gave Christopher Nolan a Law and Order SVU script, like a season,
Yeah.
and you let him condense it into 8 episodes, you get True Detectives.
Yeah. I'm right about that.
Yeah, no, that's like, whoa, dude. Good. That is exactly what True Detective is. It's Law and Order SVU written by a good writer.
Yeah, written by it's if they just followed one of the cases all the way.
Yeah. And took Ice-T out of it.
Yeah, and took it. Yeah.
You gotta get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
You can't have him go it.
Yeah.
And they raped her? Yeah, dude. That great Mulaney joke.
Yeah, you're in the sex crimes unit. You have to get used to that.
Yeah, dude. This is episode 300.
Yeah. Please, they're on that many episodes. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
Olivia Benson's making money. Dude, I love me some Benson.
Olivia Benson.
That's the Benson. Oh, that's her name in the show. I don't know her real name.
Mariska Hargitay.
That's her real name?
Yeah.
I always call her Benson.
I knew her like she has such a weird one.
I stopped watching after the other dude left because I loved them as a team.
Oh, Maloney?
Because he's great.
They're a great team.
And then now he does comedy stuff and he's hilarious.
I like him.
He was so good in Veep.
Yeah.
He did like 2 seasons in Veep. It was great.
Yeah. Anyway.
He played like a dumb guy. What are we talking about?
Enough about rape. Back to this kid's movie.
Oh yeah, we're talking about rape. Anyway, let's get back to Little Giants. So, the one brother has a car dealership, right?
Right.
The Kevin O'Shea brother. He was like a Chevrolet dealership, and he's talking to this guy, and he goes, "Few times a man can howl at the moon in his life. When he gets married, when he scores the winning touchdown, and when he buys his first Chevrolet. Congratulations, sir." And the guy's like,
oh man.
So, dude, he's great. Man.
Yeah, I would fall for that sort of sales move.
Oh, come on.
Hook, line, and sinker. That would catch. Oh god.
When he scores the winning touchdown.
Say that. I'm a fucking idiot. That would have worked.
Because some guy who for sure has never done that, it's like, yeah.
I know what it's like.
I bought a Chevy. Not even like a sports car. It was just like a fucking Chevy 4-door. So, the guy's like, "Thanks, Mr. O'Shea." And then he goes to get lunch at this cafe, right? And he's telling these old guys at the diner, war stories, like football stories.
Right.
And the mayor comes up, and he's like, "Oh, Kevin, can I talk to you for a minute?" He's like, "Yeah, of course, mayor." And he goes, "We got a turd in the punch bowl." That's what the mayor says. He goes, "Oh, what's the problem, mayor?" He goes, "Well, I got Urbania in the Pop Warner Football League, which was hard to do. He's like, but I got him because of you. Only problem is they got a call and they're wondering which of the 2 teams is going to be the one team to represent us." He goes, "What do you mean 2 teams? Who's coaching the other team?" Right then his brother walks in the diner. His brother like, "Hey, everybody," like all dumb. Like, "Hey," right? And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then right then the daughter's like watching this from the window.
Yeah.
And she runs in and she runs up to her dad And right before the brother starts going off, like you see the brother like beeline and she goes, "Hey Dad, by the way, we're starting a football team, and just so you know, we might be part of it. Run, but love you." And she runs out. And he's like, "What?" And then the brother goes, "Hey, what the fuck do you what the hell do you think is going on?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Huh? You're trying to make me look like an idiot, Danny? Is that what you're trying to do? Huh? Where do you come off?" And he turns and his brother keeps going off. He looks at the kids, and like the nerd kids are all in the window, like that. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. That's
and he's like,
pretty cool.
And so he looks back, and the brother's saying, he goes, "You can't even play football, and now you're gonna coach it." He goes, listen, Danny. Some kids run touchdowns. Some kids run the class projector. And he goes, "What are you trying to say? I ran the class projector." He goes, "I know." And so he keeps talking shit to his brother, trying to make him feel really small about like all the things he can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he goes, "You want to start a chess club? You want to start a nature class? I'll support that." He goes, but none of, but stop what you're doing. And Danny goes, "So let me get this straight. I can do anything else. I just can't do football." And he goes, "I knew you'd see it my way." And then he walks off. He's like, "You know what, Kevin? I've never seen it your way. Actually, I hate your way." And he's like, "Oh." And then you see all the kids like getting excited on the window, like hitting it, like, "Oh," like you know what I mean?
Getting hyped.
And he goes, "We're forming our own team." And then Kevin goes, "League rules, one town, one team." And then the old guy sitting at the diner goes, "Let's have a playoff."
Yes, old guy at a diner.
Yeah.
Moving the plot forward,
Moving the plot forward, baby.
Yeah.
And then the other old guy goes, 2 Saturdays from now, come on, right? And then
Ooh, time limit.
Right?
Okay.
And then the Danny brother goes, "Let's do it. I'll meet you at half court." And then the daughter goes, "It's the 50-yard line, Dad." And then the brother goes, "Danny, you don't stand a chance." He goes, "I know. We just want to play." And he walks off and all the kids are like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Motherfucker." So yeah, this movie's gonna make you feel good, dude. It's a kids feel good movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's
football.
Nice. It's nice and positive.
Yeah.
It's not Joyride.
It is. Yo, what if it? But that's the thing about Joyride is you never know when a movie's gonna turn into Joyride.
Well, you never know when it's gonna be Joyride, and then all of a sudden the kids get fucked up by a
CD
truck.
radio.
Yeah.
You're like, wait.
Whoa. I want to say this
What?
now because I didn't say it in the recap, but I just thought of it. What's it called? A virgin guy trying to plow his truck into people is very 2019.
Yeah, that movie should come out now.
Yeah, that movie should come out now.
Good point.
And just be called Incel.
It should be called Happening Now.
Yeah.
All across America.
Happening now. The state of our nation.
Yo, the state of our nation. And it's a Joyride remake. Fire. I'd go see it. I'm seeing it, nigga.
Yeah.
Starring Chris Pratt.
Yeah. So hopefully this movie doesn't become Joyride, but
Let's hope.
it's a possibility.
I haven't seen it since this morning, so you never know.
Yeah.
So they're happy music's playing in the background,
Right.
and now the kids are walking down the train tracks, right? And they got a football and they're all happy. They see a kid footing dodgeballs, like kicking them far as shit.
Right.
And they're like, "Whoa, hey kid, want to play football?" And the kid's like,
Yeah.
And so it cuts to Danny, and he's talking to some nerdy kid who's playing chess against himself, right? Like a really nerdy kid. And he's like, "Come on, man, I can use your help." He's like, "I'm not really into football. That's not my thing." And he goes, "I'll let you make the plays. You can use your imagination." And the kid's like, "I can make the plays?" He's like, "Yeah. Anything goes." And he's like, "Anything you want." And then you see the nerdy kid, like he looks like Steve Urkel,
Yeah.
and like he's walking on the train tracks with them, and they're like, "Yeah," they're excited, right?
Yeah.
And then you see like they keep doing this. There's a scene of them recruit like just different situations. And then they're all on the train tracks.
They're ragging and they're tagging.
This is the ragtag scene.
Yeah.
You were definitely right about that on the
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks thing of like they form ragtag style.
Yeah.
But that's the best way to form a team.
Yeah, ragtag.
God, come on, man.
And then you feel that you have a chip on your shoulder, and there's like a.
That's what, you know what, and I changed the subject, but this is why, I know this is your team, and this isn't a diss, but this is why people, I say, hate them.
Right.
People hate the Warriors because it's not a ragtag team that was put together organically. It was like put together like on some like dirt grungy shit.
Right.
People love a team that's like the Pistons.
Right.
That, you know what I mean? Whereas people don't like you guys because they're like, "Oh, you bought that team." You know what I mean?
Just the Durant part. That's what
Yeah.
people don't like. Durant.
People don't like. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
What's it called?
The original part of it.
If you look at people responding to what the Warriors are now with Durant injured, people like, I like the style of play.
Better example, Celtics Heat. Remember the Celtics? Remember the Heat?
The Heat especially, people that one.
Celtics too. That was a bought team. That Rondo was the only organic part of that team. You know what I mean?
I would say the best example.
Because the Celtics were also, that was the first time we'd ever seen that.
Right.
A team like, they just bought.
They bought it. Yeah, they bought it.
You know.
I was gonna say the best example, I guess, in sports in my lifetime of a ragtag team would probably be the 2004 Red Sox, the one that that's
a ragtag team. You see what I'm saying? Where people how do you not? Because even I'm not a Red Sox fan, but I love that team because you love seeing that. You love seeing guys that aren't supposed to win. I'm not
seeing guys supposed to win, seeing like journeyman guys that have just been around.
That's when the Pistons won. I love that because of Chauncey Billups. I love players like that, guys
chilling in the bloody sock. That's ragtag stuff.
That's a ragtag teams are the best teams to see win, but they very rarely do.
Well, so they're ragging and tagging.
They're building the team, building the squad. You see a busy dad leaving his son. He's got a briefcase. He's like, "Sorry, son, more business." You know.
Right.
And the son's like, and then the icebox sees this, and she's like, "Hey, kid, want to play football?" And kid's like, he's all sad. Yeah. And so now there's just a shit ton of them on the train tracks. Right. So many of them, right? And then the nerdy dad, he dumps a bunch of gear out in their clubhouse, like all this like old football equipment, like really old. And like some of it's not equipment, some of it's just like the one kid just grabs a Darth Vader helmet.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of some of it's not equipment at all. Right. And mom walks in, and everybody's like, "Mom!" And they all run and hide. Right? The mom walks in with the nerdiest kid of all time. He's pretty much the kid version of what's his name? The Morales guy.
Okay.
Like if he was like him as a child.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
super nerdy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where did they find this kid? Like all that shit. You know what I mean? And the mom is telling him like how like he's got this, he's got that, he's got allergies, he's got this, he can't do this, he was born at 1 pound, for like the first 5 years of his life, we had to keep him on an incubator. She says all these crazy things like, you got to give him this pill, you can't eat this. But all in all, I think he just footballs what he really needs. You know what I mean? And the dad's like, okay. And the kid goes,
toughen this kid up.
He hits like the inhaler.
Yeah, this kid's going to be like the quarterback or some shit.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So, she goes, he's like, I think he'll be fine. So all the other kids walk up to him and he's got like a snot bubble coming out of his nose. And they're like, "What's up, bro?" He's like, "What's up?" And then they pop his bubble and they're all like, "Dope." And just like snot on his face. So right then the icebox comes in and she's like, "Poof," and everybody looks at her. She's like, "Let's kick some butt." And then they all start working out, but they look ridiculous. Because they all have random clothes on, random gear. And they're all trying to, like, there's a scene where they're all trying to do the monkey bars, like just go across monkey bars.
Right.
And they keep falling one by one, right? One by one, they're all falling. Then finally gets to the fat kid and he's doing it. He's struggling to get across. And then the camera pans down and all the kids are still there. And they're just looking. They're like, "Oh, no." Ah! And the kid's like, and he falls and just farts on all of them. And it makes you happy. It does.
It does. I'm happy right now.
Love a good fart.
Yeah.
So cut to them in a grocery store, right? Icebox is walking down the aisle and she's eating donuts. She's eating some white powder donuts. She's got powder on her face. She hears a boy saying, "Touchdown!" Junior Floyd drops back, sees the guy wide open in the corner, throws it, and she sees a toilet paper thing go like above the aisle, and then you see it land in a cart like way across the thing, and you hear "touchdown!" And she's like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" And then she peeks through the boxes and she goes, "Whoa, what a hunk!" And she goes, "What am I saying? Icebox doesn't like boys." And then she looks back at him. Except that one, and then it's this like really handsome young white kid, and he's throwing toilet paper like just into the like nailing it into the cart like across the aisle, right? And then the other kids are seeing him, they're like, "Yo, what an arm, man!" And he's like, "What's up, man? I'm Junior Floyd." They're like, "Yo, dude, you can throw," They're like, "You want to play football?" He's like, "Yeah." And then right then he hears something, and he looks over and he can see she's like hiding. And then he sneaks up and he goes, "Boo!" And she's like, "Ah!" And then it knocks all the whole thing down, the whole thing. And she's like, and then they all go, "Whoa, Icebox!" And then she's like, "Hi," like all like nervous and shit. Yeah. And all the other dudes are looking at her like, "The fuck is going on?"
Who's this Icebox?
Yeah.
Who's this person? Also, Icebox is such an incredible nickname.
Dude.
Holy fuck.
As a kid to right now, I'm still like, great nickname.
Yeah, Icebox.
So cool. So also for a football player, you're like, oh, it does sound like a dope.
Yeah.
Whoever they probably can play.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Cold.
Oh, definitely. Cold killer. So her and her dad, next thing they're going to this kid's house to recruit him, to get him on the team, right? And then she's like, I can't go in there, blah, blah, blah. She's like, he's going to think I'm a geek. And he's like, do you have a crush on this guy? He's like, no, I'm the icebox. I don't have crushes. And then right then she looks in the window, she sees him. She's like, ah! She freaks out. She hides, right? And then he's like, oh, my God, you got to relax. You're just being ridiculous. And then he looks in, and he sees the mom, and it's the little girl. Remember the little girl who asked him about, why aren't you playing?
Yeah.
It's her grown up. He goes, ah! And he hides with her. He's like, you didn't tell me Patty was her mom. And she was like, I didn't want to freak you out. And then, so she's like, you get a grip. She's like, you get a grip. You get a grip. And she's like, all right, we got to talk to him. All right, we're both going to do it together. She's like, okay. And then she rings the doorbell. She runs off, like runs back and hides behind the car. Yeah. And he's like, traitor! And then the mom opens the door and he's like hiding. And then she's like, can I help you? Can I? Danny. You know, and he looks at her. And she's like, you know, she's all excited.
Right.
And then, you know, she's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh my God, good to see you. And he starts like tripping over stuff. And he's like, hi. He's all nerdy and shit. And so they go in and you see them
Rick.
talking.
Go get it. Go get it, Rick. This is your time.
And the daughter's just watching from the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is destiny.
Right?
This is destiny.
So the cuts to the cool kids practicing with him now.
Right.
Right. And he's throwing perfect spirals just to everybody. And everybody's just like, what an arm. But nobody can catch his passes.
Right.
They're all he's just fucking these kids up, just hitting them right in the head. Bow, one by one. You know what I mean? So finally, he waits until Hot Hands turns around and he like crow hops and throws it as hard as he can and it hits him. And it gets stuck right in his face. And everybody's like, yeah! Like in his like face mask,
right.
You know? And I was like, oh, good catch, Hot Hands, you know? So as this happens, the nerdy kid, the super nerdy kid that the mom dropped off, he comes up and he's like wrapped like this, right? And his body is completely wrapped in like styrofoam, nigga.
Yeah,
like
a bubble,
like a mattress.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a ball. Yeah. And he's walking up, and then they're like, "Yo, what's up, man?" He's like, "Yeah, my mom said the padding you gave me wasn't enough." And they're like, "Dope." And then they all just start pushing this nigga around for like so long, right?
These are open-minded kids.
Oh, they're having a great time.
Yeah.
They're having a great, and he's loving it too. The kid's like loving it. They're like,
oh, he's outside playing.
Yeah,
which he probably doesn't do a lot.
Yeah, he's incel.
Well, no.
Is that word right?
Yeah. I mean, if he's an incel, this movie took a way dark turn. It's like, this kid's trying to get fucked. What the fuck is happening? What's that? I was thinking about do kids play outside anymore?
I hope so, man. I used to love playing outside. That was my favorite thing.
But we didn't have like iPads and shit.
Yeah, we had pedophiles though. That was around.
Well, yeah, but
that should be the main deterrent from letting your kid play.
Yeah, I guess.
That's my number one.
Yeah, well,
fear.
yeah. Well, that's why you don't let them like go far. But like,
or hang out with their uncles or cousins or anyone they know.
Do you think? Okay, so but this is a real question because of like the internet and everyone's just connected and talking to each other online all the time. Do you think like when I was a kid, I used to go to my neighbor's house, knock on his door, and be like, "Hey, you want to go play outside?" And we'd play outside. Do you think that is a thing still?
Yes, because I think kids. Because you remember that feeling when you'd be a kid and you find out like another kid lives close.
Yeah.
The excitement.
Yeah. But
I would think that's still there.
But you're always close.
True.
Do you feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you don't think that maybe that just is still that excitement of this, what we're doing right now, just that human interaction?
Maybe, but if you grow up always being able to talk to them, I could be wrong.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I guess because I'm hoping you're not right because it's the scariest thought ever.
Right.
Because it's like, what the fuck are those kids gonna grow up like? Because there's no way you can appreciate outside if you're not outside.
Yeah, I'll say this: when my sister was growing up, like, you know, she hangs out with her friends, but now she's like 16. You know what I mean? That's like hanging out with friends time. When she was like 8, I never remembered her like playing in the street with her friends.
Now, am I being sexist here? Mm-hmm. I would think in my brain maybe that's because she's a girl.
There's also that is a possibility as well.
I don't remember necessarily like when I think about all my childhood, there wasn't girls out there.
Yeah, you're right.
But it also could be issues. I'm just thinking about my personal, but I just don't remember us being around. Not that girls wouldn't play, or I'm sure they do.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean. Kat, can we go to your?
Yeah. No, you know what? One of my neighbors was a girl, and she would come out every once in a while.
Not as much as you guys do. Yeah?
No, well, we were boys have that bad.
Because we had a neighbor too.
We have boy energy. You know what I mean? We gotta explore and shit.
We had one girl neighbor as well, and every once in a blue moon she'd come out and play. But that's what I'm saying. I was like, maybe that's a girl thing to just like the idea of wanting to go out and play.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to do that.
Maybe. I wouldn't be.
Not that girls don't want to play. Girls want to play, but I don't know if it's the same. Like you said, the dude energy of like, no, I want to go outside, get a basketball with 4 of my friends, and we'll play basketball all day.
And then do something stupid and get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go inside and play video games the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, are girls doing all that? I don't know.
Man. Anyways.
Oh.
We just had an existential crisis there for a second.
Hey, I've been there, bro.
Yeah.
I remember watching Her from that side. So the old guys are at the diner, and they're betting on the game. Mm-hmm. And they're saying the Cowboys are plus 40.
That's great. That's what odds?
Come on.
Well, odds. That's the Little Giants are huge underdogs.
Yeah, and so the one guy takes the Little Giants, and he goes, if they don't win, I sweep the basement for a month. And everybody's like, oh, you're crazy. Right? So Junior Floyd, he's trying to call a play. He's trying to call a play in the huddle, and everybody immediately starts arguing with him. Well, I'm not getting the ball. How come he gets the ball? Well, he's fucking ugly. Like they're just going off on each other. And then, they don't even get the play off, and then the coach is like, all right, that was a good first try. Let's do it one more time, right? They call it in again. He throws the pass to Becky. She snags it. Everybody's like, yeah, like we're almost good.
Right.
So Hot Hands gets up to the line, and he goes to catch a pass. Like he starts running, and coach takes the football out of his hand and hands him toilet paper.
Right.
Floyd. And he launches the toilet paper, and Hot Hands like, and he catches it, and everybody's like, yeah! They're cheering for him, right? So cut to, they're just working on kicking drills, tackling drills. Junior Floyd taps Becky's butt at one point, and she's like, ooh.
Yeah. This is a different feeling.
Yeah, and then the next play, she sacks the shit out of him. Like, hits him really hard, right? And then she's like, hey, I got you. And he's like, yeah, hey, Icebox? She's like, yeah. Can you get off of me? And she's like, oh, yeah, sorry. And then she gets off of him, and he's like, weird. And he goes to get up, and then she just goes, poof, and pushes him back down really hard. And then she walks off. Nothing, bro. It has nothing to do with the scene, but I loved it. He was like, "Oh, that's a nice little touch."
Well, that's a kid way to like somebody. You do mean things to them.
Yeah, it's like because also it's like she gave a little vulnerability of being like,
right.
"I got you," and then he was like, "Oh," and then she's like, "Oh, ah." It is the kid energy, Helga energy.
Kid, yeah.
You remember Helga?
Helga energy. Oh my God, do I remember Helga? Do you remember that creepy ass shrine she had of Arnold in her closet?
That's an incel, right? Helga?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm using the word right. Yeah. That one feels right.
That's an incel right there.
That's a dangerous woman.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how like a few years of context, like in the 90s, that shit was so funny, but like now you're like, oh, this bitch gonna shoot up the school.
Yeah, because now you're thinking about like, oh, she's gonna grow up one day, and what does she become?
In the Dark Knight version of Hey Arnold, Helga's a school shooter.
Yo, she's definitely a school shooter though.
Yeah.
When Arnold tells her like, hey, I'm not into that that one day, and the next day she
Facts. Oh, wow. Somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to do a Dark Knight Hey Arnold.
Yeah, because she had a shrine in her closet made of his gum and hair.
And real hair. Yeah.
She was in 3rd grade.
Was that how young they were?
I don't know. It feels like 3rd, 4th, 5th. They were elementary school.
Probably. Yeah, definitely. Definitely elementary school. They weren't high school kids.
So, gross.
Yeah.
So
well, she's probably doing good now.
Yeah. Next scene, they're at hopefully they're at Kevin's house, right?
Right.
This is my favorite scene in the movie.
Okay.
All right, the Coach O'Shea's house.
Okay.
And he goes, gentlemen, this is your opponent. You have to defeat her. His wife is holding up a couch cushion with Becky's face painted on that bitch. Okay. It says Icebox. All right. And he's coaching the kids on how to tackle the couch cushion. He's like, you got to stick and drive. You got to hit her low, all right? Set, go. A kid runs up to the wife and the wife just hits him and he just gets smashed. And he's like, God damn it, you got to rap, drive, all right, Thompson? Rap and drive. Stand back. And all the kids are like, hey, all right, coach. And then the daughter's like, go for it, daddy. He goes, Priscilla, you want to shoot this. Briggs, sound it off. And he gets in a 3-point stance, right? And the wife goes, honey. The kid goes, down, honey, set. He goes, like, yo, yeah. Honey, hot, ah. And he goes, I swear to God, bro, this is his first thing. He goes, hot, ah. He screams like that. And he goes, bro, he's running so hard. And the kids are cheering him on, and the wife's like, "Come on!" Bro, she holds it up and like runs, right? She dives out the way. This nigga hits the couch cushion so hard, he flies out the window. They're on the second story. Flies out the window, hits the tree, splitting his nuts. Oh, doctor. And then he falls in the pool. He's just like in the pool. And everybody's like, Daddy! Coach! He's just dead in the pool, right? Bro, now, real quick.
Yeah, he would have murdered his wife.
Me and my brother talk about this scene probably more than anything we've talked about as a brothers. That you were gonna murder your wife. Like murder her. Like that, like she was gonna die.
Yeah.
Who is this dude, bro? Think about this as a character. I was like, yo, that's Ed O'Neill. You're so in it. That's so in it, bro.
That's so funny.
Bro, funny scene in the movie. So, cut to Danny's throwing a house party, right? And it's for the little giants, right? And he's like all the parents are there, they're all happy, and then he's doing announcements for everybody. He's like, she's tough, she's bad, she's Becky, the icebox O'Shea, and then she ran through like a little tunnel of the kids, and everybody's like, and all the parents are cheering, and they're videotaping, just like a happy, friendly kind of thing. And he's like, let's hear it for your friendly neighborhood gas man, Zoltek, and then like the fat kid runs out, and he's like, give it up for Rad Tad Simpson. Kid comes out like shooting guns and shit, you know what I mean? And all the parents are all happy. So everybody's going to leave, right? And then the one kid like goes up to coach. He's like, hey, coach, thanks for everything. He's like, hey, where was your dad? Why wasn't he here? Oh, he's too busy. He's always working. And he's like, sorry, kid. The kid walks off. And then the other kid comes up, the Junior Floyd kid, and he's like, well, the dip suck, coach, but you're okay with me, And he's like, oh, thanks, Junior. And then he's like, oh, by the way, can you get me your bro's autograph? And then the mom like pushes him.
Yeah.
And then the mom starts flirting with him. Right. And they're flirting and they're just talking, right? So back at Kevin's house, they're rewatching the tape over and over of him flying through the window. Okay, and the daughters and the wife, they're screaming. Like they're hollering. Like, just rewinding over and over. He's like, how many times do we have to watch this?
I don't know, dude. You almost killed me.
Bro, he's not that. He's mad because he goes, I was showing them the proper form. I mean, look at that. Like, he's still proud of it. Right? And he goes, because look, if we're going to win, we have to beat her. That's the only way to win. And then the other daughter goes, well, what about Junior? And he goes, who? And so the next scene, they got binoculars, right? And they're spying on him and Coach Butts. They're spying on the Giants. And they're like, look at the cannon on that kid. And Junior's just throwing dimes, right? And they're like, whoa. And then the coach Kevin's like, he's playing for the wrong team. So the cuts, you see them looking at binoculars, and then you see the nerdy kid, like the kid who runs the plays. He's looking at him. He sees him, and he goes up, and he's like, Coach, spies. And he looks over. He's like, okay. Hey, guys, I want you guys to take a break, and then when I get back, we're going to run the super secret play, okay? The super secret one. And everybody's like looking at him, and then he walks off, right? And then the Coach Butts guy's like, Coach, they're going to run the super secret play. This is it. So it cuts back to him, right? And he's called the cops on his brother. Right. And he's using a woman's voice. He's like, excuse me, I'm just an old lady, and there's these two old men spying on all our kids, and they're just trying to play football, and I'm so worried. And then he hands the phone to one of the kids, and the kid's like, help us! And then he hangs up, right? And they high five. Cuts back to them. They're looking through the binoculars, and the Butts guy's like, Coach, they got the tailback on the right wing, and the center's lined up to the left. The quarterback's not even there. Coach, what is this? He goes, Butts, they're standing around. Oh, yeah. Freeze! They turn. Sheriffs are all on them, right? They're like, what? He throws a paper down, and it's in the next day's paper. They're like, Heisman Trophy winner might be a pedophile, right? It's like Heisman Trophy winner caught looky-looing.
Wow.
Like, it's something like that.
It's crazy we brought up SVU in this episode.
Right?
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
Come on, baby.
Yeah. I manifested this. I manifested pedophilia into this.
So the wife's laughing at him, right, making fun of the paper. And then she goes, this could have all been avoided if you just put Becky on the team. And he goes, no, this is Pee Wee football. And she goes, it's supposed to be fun. He's like, yeah, well, it's not fun anymore. Now, this is war. Cuts to
healthy.
He's at practice. And like you said, his squad looks legit.
Right.
All right, it looks like a legit, like Pee Wee football I played, just like legit, high level. You know what I mean? Organized sports. You know what I mean? They're just doing every practice like a goddamn college team does drills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they got real equipment, like cool ass. They look like the actual Cowboys, which is like really cool. Like, damn, if you did play for that Pee Wee team, you'd be like, fuck yeah, nigga, we got legit Cowboys uniforms.
Dope. Yeah.
So and then it cuts back to them in fourth, and like the Giants practice, but the Giants practice obviously looks way more fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're just having fun compared to like a real deal practice. So, it cuts to the Giants, and they're having a car wash to raise money. Car wash is playing, working at the car wash. That's playing in the background. They're all having fun. They're spraying each other. The Coach Butts guy pulls up. And then he goes, hey, Coach, you know you're wasting our time, man. You don't belong on the same field as your brother. And then he's like, hey, man, we're just trying to have fun. And he goes, yeah? Well, if I was a mama hen and these was my chicks, and he's pointing at the kids, he goes, I'd take them to water and let them drown.
Nice.
Kids are like,
Coach Butts is probably a real good dad.
the best.
Yeah.
And then that's when the Morales character goes, you know what, Butts? I just remembered. You're our 10th driver. 10th drivers get a free wash. Light them up, boys. And he has the top down, and they just spray soap water all in his car. And he's like backing, you know what I mean? They fuck him up. So Junior and Icebox, they're flirting, right? They're spraying each other. The O'Shea's wife pulls in with his 2 daughters, okay? The one daughter gets out. She's got a cheerleader uniform on. And she runs up to Becky, and she's like, Becky, I'm so jealous of you getting to hang out with Junior all day. Oh, you're so lucky. All the girls want him. Even like some of the 12-year-old girls want him. He's so hot, right? And then she's like, yeah, he's cool. She's like, he's cool. He's a fox. And then she runs up, right? And then she starts flirting with him, like the Junior kid. And he's flirting back with her.
Right.
And then Icebox watches, and she gets all sad, right? So it cuts to her in her room, and she's putting on lipstick, and she's doing her hair in the mirror. And she's looking all pretty, and she's like trying to look at herself. And then you hear the dad come up like, Becky, hey, Becky, I got some ideas for a new defense. And he busts in, and she like wipes her face. And she's like, he's like, I got some, hey, what's going on with your lips? Do you have lipstick on? She goes, no, it's a red cherry Tootsie Pop. And he's like, okay. And then he closes the door and like walks out, right? And she's like, so right then, Kevin, he's working at his dealership. He gets a call from the old guy at the diner.
Right.
And the old guy says, hey, O'Shea, I got a hot tip for you. There's a new family in town with a 10-year-old. He's a monster. And then the kid goes, Kevin goes, how big is he? He goes, well, let me say this. If he was a trout, you wouldn't throw him back. And Kevin's like, thanks for the tip, buddy. He hangs up, right? But when he hangs up, it shows the other old guy, and he is on the phone saying the same thing to the other brother. And then he hangs up, and then they high-five each other.
Okay.
Right? So you see the one brother pull out in his sports car, and then you see Danny kind of pull out at his gas station in the daughter's go-kart. And they meet up at a stoplight. And they kind of look at each other like, hey, where you going? He's like, I'm just going out for a spin. He's like, oh, what about you? He's like, Becky asked me to check the tire compression. He's like, all right, good to see you. See you later. And then they're going the same way for a little bit. And they're looking at each other. You following me? No. You following me? No. And then Kevin looks at him. He goes, you lying to me, Danny? And the brother goes, no. And he goes, God damn it, Danny, he's mine. And they speed off, right? Yeah. So now they're flying down the street. And then the old guys are watching, and they're like, yeah, like it's like everything they wanted, right?
Right. They pranked the shit out of him.
Yeah. So one brother looks at Kevin, he goes, you know, this whole town may love you, but I'm the only one who knows how sick you really are. He goes, what? I'm sick? When we were kids, I took you to see the Cleveland Indians. You left me at the stadium. Who cares? And he keeps driving, right? So they're driving, they're flying. They come up on like you see a train coming, like they're going side by side with a train,
right? And
they're trying to beat it. So the brother speeds up past Danny, and he spins, but the fucking thing comes down. He can't pass it. The go-kart comes, goes right under. He passes right at the last second.
Right.
And then Kevin gets out. He's like, God damn it, right? And the brother's like, he's like smiling as he drives off. So he pulls up to this house. Okay.
Something crazy is about to happen.
He sees this really buff dad bringing furniture out, like carrying a big bookshelf.
Right.
And he sets it down. And he's like, hey, how's it going? And he goes, you're Coach O'Shea. You're Coach O'Shea, yeah? He goes, who am I? He starts doing like the Heisman pose. Like, huh? Who am I? And he's like, you're remembering my old playing days. He's like, remembering them? I treasure them. You're the reason we moved to this town. And he looks at him. He's like, pretty small for a pretty small guy for a football star. And then he looks at him. He's like, well, that's what they all thought. And he laughs just like the guy literally goes, just like that. Just like that. It's that laugh. And he goes, so where's your boy? He goes, oh, his name's Spike. Spike, get down here. The music changes to the Jaws music. Like, dun dun. You hear, dun dun. You see this, I mean, this nigga is ripped like LeBron.
Okay.
Shredded little kid.
Right.
Carrying a refrigerator on his back. Sets it down. He's like, this is Spike. The kid goes, just starts flexing. He goes, the kid was bred for football glory. When he was 4 months old, he pushed a football across the floor with his head. Did his first pull-up when he was 18 months. Give me 10! And he fucking hits the refrigerator, and the kid just grabs his arm. As he's doing pull-ups, he goes, runs the 40 at 6'5" flat, won the punt, pass, and run competition for 8-year-olds when he was 5 years old. And the kid drops down. He's like this, right?
This is all roided up kid.
Yeah. And he goes up to him. He's like, I've been training him, coach. Breeding him. Every night before he goes to bed, I rub fabricated milk on his calves. And the guy, Danny's like, oh yeah.
Oh God! One of these parents. This is the guy that gets in a fight at the game.
This is the guy, and this is a real guy.
This is a real guy.
I've met this dude a couple times.
Yeah.
All right. So he's right then. He goes, play to die, and the kid just goes, and he starts dropping down. Knees high, play to die. And like, this is in front of no one. Okay. So the next scene, he goes, guys, this is coach, the other little brother. I got great news. We got a new player. And he steps out the way, and then you see Spike, full uniform. And all the kids are like, whoa, he's the size of beef. And then one kid goes, where's his neck? And then another kid goes, he's bigger than my dad. And then Spike goes, Spike's in hell. He refers to himself in third person. Spike's in pee-wee hell. And they're like, oh, this is a good team, Spike. Trust me. Who's Spike's lead blocker? Icebox. Where's he at? Becky walks up. She's like, what's up? You're a girl. Spike don't play with girls. Oh, well, everybody's like, she's pretty good, Spike. Spike don't care. Spike don't play with girls. And she grabs him. She goes, I'll knock you out anytime, any place, anywhere. Let's go. Bring it on. Berserko Barbie doll. Let's do it right now. And then the little nervy kid who was always hurt, he goes, somebody call 911. And then they break it up, and then you hear a car honk at the gas station, right? Which is what the one dad owns. He owns this gas station. And she's like, guy, stop. She's like, Becky, you want to go help that customer? She's like, what? Are you going to make me leave? She goes, Becky, please, go help him. And she walks off, and then he follows her, right? He goes, can I have a word with you? She's like, what? She's like, look, this guy can really help us win, okay? You know that. I just got to get him used to the idea of playing with a girl. And she goes, you don't think I can take him? And he goes, oh, it's not that. She goes, this is crap. She throws her helmet down. She leaves, all right? She goes to that diner all by herself. She's just sitting there alone, right? She's just not eating. Mm-hmm. Uncle Kev comes in, all right? He goes, whoa, Icebox not hungry? What's going on here? Right? And she's just sitting there sulking, and then she's not looking at him. He goes, still mad at me for not picking you, huh? She goes, no, not anymore. He goes, yeah, that's good. He's like, well, you got your own team now, right? She goes, not my team. It's Spike's team. And she's at least according to my dad, it is. And he goes, you can't be so hard on him, you know? People like you and me, we're stubborn. We don't get our way. I mean, watch out. You know, so he's like, you're an O'Shea, just like me. I know how you are. And then he goes, what do you really want? And she goes, well, I thought I just wanted to play football, but now there's all this other stuff. He goes, what other stuff? She goes, you know, boy stuff.
And now he's going to use that against her like a real uncle, like a real good uncle.
Yes, he goes, and then she looks at him. He goes, okay. And she goes, Debbie likes Junior, huh? Which is his daughter. Mm. She goes, yeah. And she's like, oh, she's going to get him. I know it. She's pretty. She's what a boy wants, you know. And he goes, well, let me tell you something. And then he goes, now I know Debbie would kill me if I was giving you advice like this, but you want a boy, you got to figure out what that boy likes. She goes, this boy you're into, he's a quarterback. He's probably gonna like a cute girl that's on the cheerleading squad more than he'd like his teammate. She's like, but I only know sports. And she goes, listen to your Uncle Kevin. He goes, listen to your Uncle Kevin. You have a lot more to offer to this world than football, okay? And she's like, okay. And then he leaves. He goes, all right, good to see you, kid. She goes, hey, Uncle Kev, you think I'm pretty? He goes, no. I think you're beautiful.
It's so funny if he just left it like
Come
that.
on.
That'd be so Al Bundy.
So Al Bundy. But
So
he
Al
set it up where you almost
Yeah.
believed it, though.
Yeah.
Well, he set it up where I'm sure, like, in the theater, it got a huge laugh.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh! And
shit.
then-
Yeah.
He's such a good actor, Ed O'Neill. He's a really good, like,
Dude,
to be a
he was
comedic
actually-
actor,
yeah.
I think you have to be a great actor.
He was actually a really good uncle right there.
Oh, he's great, Uncle Raider.
Yeah. Probably also trying to push her to quit the team. Probably a little bit ulterior.
A little bit of that.
But
Well,
he was
He showed a different side.
he was being human.
He showed the, like you said, the Modern Family side of him on the show occasionally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So their next play, they're trying to run a play at practice, right? The
Yeah.
Giants. And Junior, Floyd, and Spike run into each other. And then he gets up and he's all pissed. He's like, you guys call this a team? Hey, pretty boy, when you hand Spike the ball off, you hand it here, which is actually true.
Right.
That is how you hand it. I mean, I play quarterback. You don't hand the ball off like this. You fucking put it in their gut. You know what I mean? That's how fumbles happen. Junior Floyd. So I know stuff.
Junior Floyd sounds like a wide receiver name.
Does, right? Sounds like
Yeah.
a cool name, though, for a football player.
Yeah,
Junior
yeah,
Floyd?
Yeah. Good name. They should have picked something more quarterbacky.
So right then you see a car pull up, and it's
Right.
Spike's dad with Kevin O'Shea.
Right.
And they're like, Spike, get in this car. And then you see the coach, Kevin, he runs up and he smiles and he goes, you're a cowboy now, son. And he's like, thank you, football gods. And Spike throws down the little Giants helmet and he gets in their car, right? And then he goes, the dad runs up to the little brother. He goes, so you're a Heisman Trophy winner, huh? And he goes, whoa, all I said was an O'Shea. I never said I was Kevin. He goes, okay, one more day, buddy. Game is tomorrow. Just one more day. And he gets in his car and he's like clapping like this. The dad's so intense, right?
Yeah.
So right then the team starts arguing with each other. The Giants, they're like, oh man, we're all gonna suck, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is, it's your fault that Spike leaves. And they start blaming each other that Spike leaves. And then one of the guys says, oh, it's Junior's fault Spike leaves. And Junior's like, man, you guys suck. I quit. He leaves, right? And then they start giving icebox shit, and then she leaves, and then they all start to like one by one walk away, and then the coach goes, hey guys, practice isn't over yet. And they all go, who cares? And they keep walking.
Right.
So the Rad Tad kid is riding a bike on his own, like on his way to the house, right? And he's like, oh, man, maybe those guys are right. I am a dipstick. I'm such a loser. A bus pulls up beside him. You hear a very familiar voice go, hey, kid, you got a second? We're trying to find our way to Canton, and we started here. Boom! We took a left on the 405 freeway. Bam! And it's John. It pans up. It's John Madden. All right? He's like, we took a left down the 405 freeway, and then we got caught up with some Niners there. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Then we take a 405, and then we take a left. And it's like a bunch of like X's and O's now on this map. And he's like, I don't know where the hell we are, kid. Can you help us out? And the kid's like, and so it cuts back to them, right? They're at their clubhouse. And the kid, Rad Tad, walks up, and he goes, hey, guys. He's like, I think we should play football again. And he opens the door, and it's fucking Emmitt Smith, Bruce Smith, Tim Brown.
Wow.
Like for real.
Yeah.
In 94.
Yeah.
When they were all
Yeah. Doing their thing. Also,
in the prime of doing their
where
thing.
were they going with John Madden?
Canton.
Oh, for like a Hall of Fame ceremony.
Even though they're in the middle of their careers,
Not
all
for
of them.
them, but they probably got invited.
That's true. They wouldn't
They're
get invited. They're all future, all of them at that point were future Hall of
Future Hall
Famers.
of Famers.
At that point, for
Yeah.
sure. So, God, 94. Oh, yeah, they had already won a couple Super Bowls. Bruce Smith
Was
had
part
the
of
whole
those
Bills run.
And then Tim Brown.
And then Tim Brown's Tim Brown, yeah.
Yeah.
God, so many good football players out there. So, there's this other guy there too, but I don't know his name. Him I don't know. But
Okay.
I'm sure he's a guy, like a famous O lineman or D lineman that I just don't know his name. He was big in the 90s probably.
Okay.
So,
White guy, black guy.
White guy. And he's lined up with the fat kid, and he's telling him how you gotta get the fear out of your eyes, boy. Come on, hit me. And then the fat kid takes him down, and everybody's like, yeah. He's like, all right, man, you guys gotta remember, right? Football is 80% mental, 40% physical. And then all the kids are like, yeah. What? So it cuts to Emmitt Smith, and he's giving a speech on how he wasn't the biggest player, and he was never the fastest player, but how he always believed he was a giant, and that's what got him to where he was.
Right.
And then they cut to...
Ironically, a cowboy.
Ironically, a cowboy, which is really funny.
Yeah, ironically.
The nerdy kid is showing... the nerdy kid who made plays, he's showing John Madden his playbook. And John Madden's like, whoa. And then he's like, I call this play the annexation of Puerto Rico. And then John Madden's like, pretty good, kid. You look like you're a freaking genius. He's like, but what if you tried this? And then he changed the play, and the kid's like, like that, right? So now you cut to Bruce Smith. He's like, you know what this is called, kids? And he takes the ball and goes, poof. And they're all like, intimidation. You know, he's like, you got to scare the other opponent. Now, let me see your game faces. And they're all like, argh. He's like, come on, let me see your mean faces. They're like, argh. He's like, now come get me. And they're all like, ah. And they run at him. And then he goes, ah. And he flexes. And they all go, ah. And they all take off running. But I also would have, as a grown man, Bruce Smith.
Yeah, it's a monster.
Is a monster, man.
Most football players are just fucking monsters.
And then he was a monster amongst the monsters.
Yeah.
That's when it's like that JJ Watt shit where you're like, well, what the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, think about Darren.
Yeah.
You know my friend Darren D. Bates, second string linebacker, NFL Titan, going on his 6th year. Congrats, buddy. He's huge compared to me and Hassan. He's huge.
Right.
You know how big he is compared to Bruce Smith?
Small, probably. He's small.
Like I said, probably. You know the answer. You've met Darren Bates. You've never even met Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
You know how big he is.
Yeah.
You know how big JJ Watt is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, these guys, it's crazy how big they can get. The actual, like, Bruce Smiths of the league.
It's crazy that human beings, can get that big. It's pretty nuts.
And be good.
Right.
That's what always blows my mind is because there's so many big guys you meet growing up playing sports, and they have no athleticism. And you know the kids that the kids who grow up and everybody expects them to play basketball and they
can't
suck.
dribble for to save their lives. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're 6'12", you're 6'11". You can't make a layup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Blows my mind. So when you see a guy who's like 6'8" and they can do everything, it's like, what are you? Blows my mind always. So the next scene, John Madden and the coach are talking, right? And he goes, the little young coach goes, hey John, I got a big game coming up. Any advice you can give me? And John's like, yeah, good luck. And he walks off, right? He's like, well, coach, that's it? He's like, hey, man, there's no big secret to winning. You want to win? You just got to do what these guys do. Get up every morning, go out, try your best. That's what they do every morning. He's like, when I won the Super Bowl, I had a bunch of players on my team that nobody wanted. But I knew that together, that team, we stuck together, we'll be fine. And we were, you know? And then, so they all cheer John Madden. He gets on the bus, right? So it cuts to Kevin, and he's giving like a last practice speech, right? Like they're all on one knee. And he goes, let me tell you something, boys. This right here, this ain't just a football, okay? This is your hopes. This is your dreams. This is your ambitions. Tomorrow, it's do or die. Win or cry. And then the Spike's dad goes, go, baby, go. He goes, and Spike's dad goes, it makes me laugh every time. Go, baby, go. Like, dude, whoa.
Dude, relax.
Tonight, I want you to dream the sweet dreams of football glory. Because tomorrow, we're going to crush the little giants into smithereens. What do you say, man? Yeah. They all cheer. So Icebox is sitting on a like a little boat, and she's watching the lake, and these two people are on the lake on a canoe, and they're making out hardcore.
Right.
Junior sneaks up on her, and then they go, "Oh, that's disgusting," and they start making fun of the people kissing, right, and how gross that is. And then Icebox goes, "Well, what if you had to learn?" And then he was like, "Well, what?" Junior goes, "What reason would I have to learn how to kiss?" She was like, "What if you have to get a job and stuff?" He goes, "Well, yeah. I guess I had to get a job." Well, then he's like, "I don't know. Just," and then she pushes up on him, like gets really close to him, and he's like, and then she goes, "If I had to learn how to kiss, I think I'd want to learn with, somebody I knew." And he goes, "Well, I guess if I was going to learn how to kiss, I'd want to learn with," and then she goes, "Let me guess, Debbie?" And he goes, "I don't know, maybe. This is weird. This is really weird." And then he gets up to leave, and she goes, "Hey, Junior." And he goes, "Yeah. I bet if I was a cheerleader, you'd want to learn with me. She goes, but you're not a cheerleader. He goes, you're cool. You're the icebox. He goes, you're the only girl I know who can beat up my dad. And she's like,
yeah. Not the thing she wanted to hear in that situation. No.
And he's like, see you later. And then she's all sad. So she goes to her Uncle Kevin's house, right? And then he's like, hey, Becky, what are you doing here? And she's like, is Aunt Kristen and Debbie here? And he's like, yeah, they are. Come on in, sweetie. Because he knows, like, she just needs to be around girls. Right? She's, doesn't have a mom. So Danny's at the house, right? And he's yelling at the mirror, pretending it's a ref, like, for tomorrow. Like, oh, you call that a call? That's not a call! That's not a call! Like, he's just yelling at himself, right? His daughter comes in with a big box. And then he's like, whoa, hey, what's up, sweetie? What are you running? She ran upstairs. He's like, what are you trying to hide from me for? What's in the box? She's like, oh, I can't say. He's like, what do you mean you can't say? He's like, I'm your dad. Tell me what's in the box. She's like, it's a surprise. I don't want to say. He's like, all right, well, if my little fullback wants to surprise me, I guess that's okay with me. She goes, your little fullback? Is that all I am to you? Your little fullback. And then he goes, no. She goes, that's all I am. I'm just your ticket to tomorrow's win. That's all I am to you, huh? And she goes, you know what Mom would call me before she left? Every night, Mom would come into my room and she would say, you're my little princess. And she'd kiss me, and then I'd go to sleep. And she wouldn't let me play football or call me her little fullback. And then he goes, honey, Mom quit on us. She left. Mom quit. She goes, no, Mom just went and got a better team. I'm not playing tomorrow. And he goes, honey, I thought winning this game was the most important thing to you. She goes, no, it's the most important thing to you. And she throws the box down. She runs upstairs. And he opens the box, and it's a cheerleading outfit in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he sees like, oh, I fucked up. Like, I see what, like, she's becoming a woman, and I'm not paying attention.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at night, it shows Hot Hands. He's with his dad, and they're working on catching passing, and he just can't catch shit. Right? He just drops everyone. The nerd kid is flexing in the mirror, just trying to get buff. The Asian kid who's the kicker is putting like the black paint on his face, like right here, but he ends up like, it cuts back to him and it's like all over his face, like he's in Vietnam or some shit. The kid with the busy dad, his dad is literally just saying bye to him, and he watches his dad leave. So funny. You could have said something right there. I was hoping.
Oh no, I was like, what happens? I want to get to the game.
I needed the water.
What happens
well,
next?
Just like,
yeah.
Usually when I drink something, you say something because it's a cue.
I was so into the game of like,
what is that? Say something.
I was like, let's get to the game. I was so excited.
The fat kid, he's sleeping with his cleats on. His bed's all dirty.
Because I want to see how they get the girl back on the team.
So the dad, he brings up the cheerleading outfit, and Becky's asleep. And he kisses her goodnight. And he's like, I love you. Right? So at night, a cop is driving by late night. And he goes, on the intercom, he goes, good night, Urbania, and a special good luck to all our young players tomorrow. And then you hear the band, dun, 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 and you see everybody coming into the state, like the big stadium for the game.
Yeah, it's like a big deal.
Oh yeah, the whole town. You're on the whole city. Yeah. Everyone's closed. It's like Friday Night Lights all over again. You know what I mean? They're going to play Dallas Carter. So they have a legit announcer, play-by-play announcer. I forget, it's not he's not a real announcer, but he's like, so like way too good for this situation.
What's happening?
Here we go, Giants versus the Cowboys. Like, he's doing the whole thing, right? So the Cowboys
sponsored.
Oh yeah, Cowboys in the locker room and they're getting pumped up. All right, and the coach goes, "We got a pastor coming in, guys. He's gonna say a little prayer for us." So the prayer starts, and the pastor's like, "Dear God, please bless these young men to go out there and have a good game and stay healthy." And then you hear Giants, 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 and then like they look up and it's coming through the vent. Right, and then the camera goes through, and then locker room over. All those kids are Giants, Giants. They're beating the lockers and shit, going nuts, right? Turning up, right. And then they start talking shit through the vents to the Cowboys. One of the kids goes, "Hey, paging Spike," and then Spike goes, he goes, "Icebox is gonna defrost you."
Ooh, that's a shirt.
And then the dad grabs Spike by the back of the collar. Spike goes like a fucking dog, like to the vent, bro, like a Rottweiler. He's like, "Yeah, Spike, you like that? You like that, Spike?" Crazy, bro.
Oh my God, this kid is on steroids.
For sure.
This kid's for sure on steroids. God, people probably do that to their kids. They probably put it on steroids.
Dude, HGH type shit,
Yeah.
protein powders, nigga.
Probably all the time.
Mushrooms.
Oh, that's a weird reaction to mushrooms. That's still bad. Don't give mushrooms to your kids.
Give them mushrooms.
No. Be a responsible parent and tell them not until after college.
Let them walk with
college.
God, bro. So Becky, the Giants are all going, they're talking shit to the event. They're all going, talking just mad shit. The door opens. Becky's in a cheerleader outfit.
Right.
And they all go. And she's like, hey, just wanted to stop in real quick and just say, have a great game, guys. You know I'll be rooting for you. Woo! And then she walks off.
Right.
And then they're all like, oh no. Right? And then the coach goes, all right, guys, let's talk strategy. And then one of the players goes, strategy? Without Icebox, Spike's going to rip my face off and wear it for Halloween. Right? And then they all go to leave. He goes, guys, you can't leave. They go, why? It's like, I got you all something. And then he opens a box and he shows them jerseys, right?
Yeah.
And then one of the kids goes, death shrouds. He goes, well, I got your name on them. And he turns around and says, Rad Tad. And the kid goes, what? So the guys at the morgue can identify the bodies? These are great kids.
Yeah, this is witty.
Yeah.
And man, I suppose you can't quit on a team like that.
She wants to be a woman, bro. Happened at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You never know when that blood's going to start flowing.
Oh, wow.
They bleed.
Yeah, I know, but
That's how this starts.
You don't have to say it like that.
That's when it
You
starts.
don't have to say it like that.
How should I say
You
it?
should be like, oh, yeah, she just wants to be a woman, and just leave it there.
I shouldn't talk about the blood flowing?
No.
But that's what's happening.
So?
What if some of our listeners don't know?
Well, this is a bad way to find out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but women have menstrual cycles.
Yeah.
Some of them might not know.
If you don't know, I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
It's better that way. And if you need help, I'll have to know. So right then, the Cowboys are about to run out the tunnel.
Right.
And Kevin holds up a football and he goes, gentlemen, this isn't just a football. And all the kids go, it's our lives. And they run out, right?
Nice. Healthy.
So the Giants get to the tunnel. And he goes, remember, gentlemen, this is just a football. It's air and pig intestines. And they all go, gross. And then they run out and they don't break through the paper. One of the funniest shots of all time. Just kids, it's a great joke. Yeah, right? Just don't make it through. So the mayor comes out and he does the coin toss, right? Yeah. And he goes, Kevin, I want you to call it. And Kevin goes, heads. And then the brother grabs it out the air and he goes, why does he get to call it? And then over the microphone, Kevin goes, Danny, what does it matter? You kick off, we ram it down your throat. We kick off, I take the ball from you, we ram it down your throat. And then they immediately start talking shit. Right. And everybody in the audience is like, because it gets like really personal. Okay. They start talking about like their childhood and how they were with dad. Like,
funny.
Yeah. It's like over the mic. Yeah, and then he starts taking personal shots at his brother. He's like, well, maybe that's why you just run a gas station. And he's like, oh yeah? That's so? Well, how about, we up the stakes? He's like, all right, let's do it. And then the brother goes, winner of this game takes all. My dealership, your gas station. He's like, and I'll let you call it. And then the little brother calls it and he loses the call.
Right.
And he goes, Danny, prepare for the worst day of your life. And the mayor, and they both walk off, and the mayor is just like, because he was just standing there for all of it.
Much. Yeah.
So Giants kick off first.
Right.
All right. Spike's looking pissed. Okay. You hear the Danny coach go, come on, guys. Kicking is the key to this game. And so you see a kid, they don't have a kicking tee, so a kid's holding it for him like a field goal. And the Asian kid, he runs up, and he just kicks the kid as hard as he can in the nuts. Ball just rolls. Yeah. And then the announcer goes, that's a live ball, everybody. Doesn't acknowledge that.
I got to keep it.
The Cowboys jump on it. Like, that's the Cowboys ball with great field position. You know what I mean? So you hear the Cowboys go, all right, I write 32 dive on go. Ready? Break. The kid comes out. The Sean Murphy kid, he goes, talking to the fat kid, he goes, get ready, dog breath. When I'm done with you, you'll be farting out your mouth and talking out your ass. And then,
good shit talk.
Right? Yeah. And then the fat kid goes, huh? And then, hut? And he lays the fat kid out, bro. Wow. Right? And then all the other Giants come up on him, and he's bent over. And they're like, Zoltek, you okay? And out his ass, he goes, yeah, I'm okay, guys. And they're like, whoa, it is possible. So they hand it to Spike again. He carries the entire team for like 12 yards, right? The entire Giants team. And then the next play, Spike points at one kid, right? He goes, dead meat. And then they hand him off the ball, and the kid goes, ah! And the kid starts running away from him, right? So for a touchdown,
right.
Spike is following this kid like this. As the kid's like, ah! Ah! He finally catches him, and he just like steps on his back on the way to the end zone.
Ooh,
right?
Man, I don't know how the Giants are going to pull this one out.
So the other kids run up to him, and they're like, yo, you okay? And he goes, did I pass the test, the spelling test, Miss Greenleaf? And they'll go, whoa, Spike knocked him all the way back to second grade. So it cuts to the Giants. They're in the huddle.
Right.
And Junior Floyd goes, all right, guys, we're going to run three little pigs on go. And then one kid goes, wait. What's that? And he goes, ugh. And he lifts up another kid's shirt, and all their plays are just written. Like, all of them are drawn out like in little boxes on this other kid's chest.
That's funny.
It's like, how would that not sweat off?
That's funny.
Right?
Not a permanent marker. That'll stay on.
Oh, you're right. Mm-hmm. Also, how funny is it to do that in permanent marker?
Yeah. He has all those plays on for like 3 weeks.
So, they go, ready, set, go. And they hand the ball off to Rad Tad, who immediately runs backwards.
Yeah.
And starts running around the ref, just going, blow the whistle! Blow the whistle! As he's dodging people, by the way.
Yeah.
Like he's shaking people
Yeah.
and going, come on, man, blow it! And then he just gets wham! You see him get killed, right? So next play, the Cowboys do an option to Spike. The Rad Tad kid jumps on his back, and Spike carries him literally 30 yards for a touchdown.
Jesus. So that 2 touchdowns now.
14-0.
Oh.
All right. Next play, you see Hot Hands putting a bunch of sticky grip on his fingers on the sideline.
Right.
Like all this black shit. Right? And he runs out. And Junior tells him, hey, man, we're going to do a long pass to you. Try and catch the ball. He goes, no problem. And all the kids are like, nice. He goes, all right, on two. Ready, break. He goes, he runs out. And he's like, and the guy goes, ready, set, and he just starts running like this, right? And then Junior throws it. He's like, and then he just gets hit in the back of the head. Boom, and it just falls. So Spike runs up, and he's like, hey, Hot Hands, you're the best player on our team, baby. And he's like just laying down going. So next play, Cowboys have the ball. And Spike looks at the little nerdy kid with the mom, extra mom.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, kid, I'm going to rip your head off. And the kid goes, and he literally
like hides
his head and under his shoulder pads.
That's funny.
Spike runs by. He rips that nigga's helmet off, bro. Touchdown. 21-0. All right. Halftime. The Cowboys walk into the huddle. They're in the locker room. They're talking shit. You guys suck. Blah, 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 blah. The Giants walk in. They have their heads down. Kevin runs up to his brother. He goes, hey, Danny, come on, man. This has gone far enough. Let's call it off, all right? And then Danny goes, it's not over. You know? He's like, you sure? It's like, no, we're going to finish this game. He goes, all right. Well, let me tell you this. There's always going to be a job for you at Kevin O'Shea's full-service car dealership and gas pump. You know what I mean? He laughs as he walks off.
Right.
All right? So the Giants are in the locker room. They're all beat up. And he walks in. And they all go, Coach, we quit. We're done. And then the coach goes, what about the second half? And it's like, one of the kids goes, tell him we can't come out. And they're all like, yeah. And then one of the kids goes, yeah, coach, put us on the injured list. And then Danny gets real sad. And he sits down. And he's like, you know, there's something you guys should know. When I was 10, I put myself on the injured list. And I never got off. And they're like, what? He's like, well, I didn't get picked, you know, for a couple games of football. And then I started, after a while, I got just so self-conscious about not getting picked, I just hid under the bleachers, you know? And then they're all looking at him. He's like, you guys, I don't want you guys to be like that. You guys belong out there on that field playing those Cowboys, just like I belong out on that field coaching against my brother. And they go, yeah, but coach, you never beat your brother at anything. He goes, that's not true. And they go, what? He goes, one time. He goes, well, this one time we would, every day, me and my brother, we'd race our bikes down Cherry Hill. And every day my brother beat me. But this one time, I got him. And they all go, no way. He goes, yeah, I got him. And then one of the other kids goes, you know, one time at Randy Cooper's party, I did a backflip in the pool and my older brother chickened out. And the kids are all like, whoa. And one kid goes, Craig chickened out? And he was like,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's not like Craig.
Right?
Craig don't chicken out.
And then the other kid goes, yeah, one time I beat both of my older brothers in the cow dung toss. And the other kids go, oh, you beat Jerry and Lewis in the dung toss? And then he goes, so what? So what did it? And then another kid goes, yeah, but that doesn't make us good football players. And he's like, so what? Who said you had to be good? It's just about having fun. He goes, even if the Cowboys are better than you guys, even if they beat you guys 99 times out of 100, that always still leaves. And then one of the kids goes, one time.
This is like Avengers.
Oh, yeah. And then all of them go, one time. And then Junior Floyd gets up and goes, yeah, guys, one time. And then they all get out and they're all hyped. And then Junior turns around and goes, who are we? Giants! And then they run out the huddle and they're like, yeah! And then the Cowboys are kind of like looking at them. They all have their helmets off. Like, what's going on? And then Kevin runs up and he goes, yo, I told the mayor you forfeited. He goes, well, we didn't, He goes, well, the game's over. You forget that's my field. He goes, well, that's our ball. And then they start the half, right? Junior takes it for a really good kick return.
Right. Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
So Giants walk up to the line. Now they're talking shit. Prepare to eat my grass. You guys are in trouble. Like all the nerdy, and the Cowboys are like, what? You know what I mean? And so Junior does a fake handoff, little reverse, and gets a little movement. Gets like almost a yard.
Right.
And then the ref, like all the players go, hey. And the coach goes, look. And the ref puts the ball down and he goes, 2nd and 9. And then they all go, we gained a yard! Yo, audience goes nuts. All on the sideline. They're all jumping. The coach's like, yeah! And then Kevin's like, they gained a yard. All right. Bro. So, next play. Down. Set, go. Toss to the right. Run, the rad tag guy runs, stops, pivots, throws it back to Junior Floyd. Flea flicker to Floyd. He goes like 40 yards.
Oh.
First down, Giants. They're going crazy, right? Now Becky's not cheerleading at all. She's just like watching the game. She's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? They get in the huddle. Junior goes, what would be the last thing they'd expect us to do? And then rad tag goes, a reverse to me? And they go, yeah. And then he gets the ball. He's lined up. They go, Ray, set. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Hut. They give him the ball. He reverses. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. He dodges 2 kids. He ducks them. They dive over him. He's like, and now he's on the sideline. He's like, ah. And then one of the coaches goes, Ted, run. Oh. And then he takes off down the sideline, dodges like 5 people, dives in the end zone. Ah. His dad is like fucking crying. Oh my God. Oh my God. My son scored a touchdown. Everybody's freaking out. Dude, it almost made me too. It does make you, because the dad is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good job.
Everybody on the sideline is cheering. Right. Kevin turns around. Mm-hmm. Right. His wife is also like, yeah. And then he's like, and she looks at him. She goes, and she sits back down. So the Asian kid goes to kick the field goal again. Right. And the other kid's holding it. And he now has a cup outside of his pants. He's like, he's crying. It's so funny, bro. Down. Set. Ah! He just like screams. Yeah. He gets it. He doesn't look. And then the kid, boom. Boom. Ah! And the kid goes, thank you, God. And he falls. I love good kid humor, man. Can't beat it.
Classic humor.
Classic comedy.
Silly, just silly. This movie is silly.
Silly.
Yeah.
So, right then, the dad grabs the Spike kid, right? And he goes, all right, Spike, we're not taking any chances. You're either taking Junior Floyd out of this game, or next month you'll be donating a kidney. Your Aunt Ruth, you got that? Crazy punishment.
Right.
Hey, why not just help your sister, bro? She needs a kidney. You gonna use it as leverage on your so people act right?
I mean, I think he's being hyperbolic here, but even so, relax.
This guy's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's crazy enough that, bro, his sister might need a kidney. So tells him to take him out.
Yeah.
All right. So Junior Floyd, the Giants kick it off, and he lights the kid up. Right. He lights some kid up, right? And then the whistle blows. He goes to get up, plays completely over. Everybody's walking away. Spike lays into him. Bam! Head first right into his back. Right. Everybody's like, whoa! Flags start getting thrown. You know what I mean? And then the little nerdy kid goes up to Spike and he starts hitting him. That wasn't nice, you bully! And then he fucking throws him. And then the dad's like smiling and happy. And then Kevin walks up to him. He goes, hey, Hammersmith, you and your son pull any stunt like that again, you're out of here. You got that? Both of you. He's like, Coach, I thought you wanted to win. He's like, not like that, man. And he walks off. I told you that really happened to my dad, right?
Yeah, we were talking about it on the Friday Night Lights episode. This is the exact same situation.
Exact same situation.
Exact same situation.
That shit's real, nigga. Everybody's like, oh, it's a movie. No. That shit really happens.
Relax. If you're a Pee-wee father, relax. Relax.
Just enjoy that your son is part of a game.
Yeah, relax. It's supposed to be about teamwork and being bigger than yourself. So.
And learning rules and learning lessons in life, including losing. Yeah. That's a lesson.
So relax. Relax.
Pee-wee dad.
Relax.
So Spike walks off the field.
Right.
And as he's walking off, Becky's staring at him like, and he winks at her.
Right.
Pom-poms drop. She heads into the locker room. Comes back out. Still has a skirt on.
Yeah.
Shoulder pads and helmet.
That's
badass. Dude, still badass. I'm a grown man. I was like, bro, if I saw this girl come out that tunnel, I'd be like, yo, who is this bitch? She looks like she's for real.
And this is a perfect example
of what?
Of how to write an actual good female character.
I wasn't even thinking about. Hadn't even crossed my mind yet that this is a strong female lead.
Yeah, she's not like, I'm doing this for the women. No, she's doing this
to show the boys.
Yeah, no, she's doing it because she's a badass. She's a person.
They set up in the beginning of the movie she's a badass.
Yeah.
They don't need to. You're right.
This was in '94, so clearly it can be done. It can clearly be done. So why the fuck aren't people doing it? Why are all these female leads so lame now? The fuck? The fuck happened? What the fuck happened? The fuck happened?
Bro, didn't even notice it was a strong female lead because it was so subtly done.
Yeah.
Until you said, and not in like, it was like, I knew she was a strong female lead. I mean, we were talking about how badass she's in the whole movie. Yeah. But it never occurred to me. They're like, oh yeah, they didn't, because they didn't force it down my fucking throat. No, it was just about a badass girl.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, this is how it's done. This is how it's done. People who are writing like Captain Marvel should have watched Little Giants.
Little Giants first, you fucking idiots.
Just write a strong female character. Just do it. Just actually do it.
Just actually do it. Because you know that they're talking it. That's what they're doing. They're writing the talk of like, this is a strong. Why don't you write a scene that shows how strong she is? Like she walks out in a skirt.
Yeah.
That's how we know. We don't need her to go, and I have a skirt on, boys. Yeah. Why would she say? They say it.
Yeah. It's lazy. It's lazy writing.
It's lazy.
It's lazy. This is good writing. Okay, so she comes out with a skirt
the skirt on.
Ready to fuck shit up.
Come on. She walks up to her dad, and the dad's like, you sure you want to do this, Becky? She puts on her helmet. Call me Icebox. And then she keeps walking. The junior kid goes, hey, Icebox, kick some butt. She looks at him right before she puts on her mouthpiece. Call me Becky. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she runs off the field. Spike sees her, and he's in the backfield. Keep clear, Ice Chest, or I'm going to mess up your face. She doesn't say anything. She just looks at him. You know what I mean? Just stone cold, you know? They throw a halfback pass to Spike. All right? She trails it. Like great shot too of like, wow, this girl looks really athletic. She trails it like a linebacker.
Right.
They fucking go head up. She fucking flips him. Hassan. Straight for the knees. He flipped. I'm talking about like a real, like I've seen people get hit like that. That kind of like missile to the knees.
Yeah.
Funk, like that. He flips, fumbles. They recover.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love it.
It's great.
Great. You know? He gets up. He's like, and she's just like, winks back at it. You know what I mean? Like, that's right, motherfucker. So right then, you see the busy dad running from the parking lot into the stadium.
Right.
The guy with the suitcase all the time. The whole time who's just been like, I don't know who my son is.
Yeah.
Coach notices. And so he calls the play. He goes, hey, tells his daughter, Icebox, we're going to do a pitch to Johnny. She goes in. She goes, all right, guys, pitch to Johnny. And then one guy goes, the little kid goes, wait, we can't do a pitch to Johnny. And they go, why? I'm Johnny. It makes me laugh every time, bro. And they're like, right, pitch to Johnny, on to Raven. He's like, guys. And then they go, the Icebox goes, Zoltek, he's going to need some running room. No problem. He walks up. And he goes, hey, Cowboys, can you guys help me remember what I had for lunch? And they go, how the hell are we supposed to do that? By taking a whiff of this. He farts his ass off. They all go, oh! They take off running. Hot, pitch to Johnny. All right? Johnny gets the ball. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Icebox goes, just run to him. He looks over. Dad? His dad's in the end zone like this. Dad! This nigga Barry Sanders his way. I love this scene, dude. I almost teared up again. Barry Sanders his way to his, just juking niggas. And his dad's like, and he fucking goes in the end zone, runs, like just throws the ball, throws his helmet, and just jumps on his dad.
Oh,
you know what
nice.
Oh, dude. Every time it gets you right in the heartstrings. And everybody's like, yeah! You know what I mean? 21-14.
Okay, it's a game.
Hey, it's a football game right here, baby.
It's a game.
So, next scene, Giants stuff the Cowboys again. All right, they stuff them again. The bully kid, that Sean Murphy kid, he shits on the nerdy kid, and he's making fun of his mom.
Right.
He's like, don't you be talking about my mama. Okay? Next scene, bro, this little kid lights this big dude up. It looks so funny because it's just realistically so impossible.
Right.
He's so tiny.
Yeah.
And he
just murders this guy.
takes him down, bro.
Yeah.
And then you see the nice mom who's been sitting there like, she's like, oh, I'm just glad that Jake can get out his energy in a progressive, nice, that's my boy, Jake, to rip his goddamn ears off. And all the parents are like, and then she sits down, she's like, so good. The next scene, that nerdy kid, he hands all the other kids in the huddle a tablet.
Right.
And he goes, I use these for acid indigestion. And then Becky goes, what are we going to use them for? Intimidation. They all put them in their mouths. The Cowboys run up to the line. They run up to the line. All the Giants are drooling white shit out their mouth. Yeah. Oozing it. And all the Cowboys are, like one by one, it's just coming out of all their mouths, right? They get freaked out. Stuffed again. Ball goes back to the Giants. In the huddle. All right, we're going to do a silver streak to Hanen on two.
Is it tied?
No, not tied. 2014. We're going to do a silver streak to Hanen on two. Hot Hands goes, oh, shit. You know, he looks at his hands. He's got black shit all over his jersey. Right. Becky drops back, throws it to him. He goes deep, tosses it to him, right?
Yeah.
He sees the ball. He's going in slow-mo. He's running. He's got his guy beat. He sees the ball. He keeps looking. He's getting nervous. The ball slowly, in slow motion, turns into toilet paper.
Yeah.
And his eyes lighten up. Catches it, fucking takes off down the sideline. His dad's like, ah! His dad's fucking crying.
Jesus.
Oh, bro, they get the heart. Dad's that's my boy! And he fucking spikes it in the end zone. 21-21.
Oh,
it's a game. All right?
Oh, shit.
Next play. Fourth quarter now.
Oh, shit. This is exciting, and I know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Cowboys hand the ball off to Spike.
Right.
Bust one out down the middle for 30.
Ooh.
All right? Big play. They're running the clock down. All right? It's less than a minute to play now. They've been running down the whole field. He's like, and the Cowboys are heading to that end zone. Spike gets the ball again. Another 15-yard run. He gets the ball all the way down to the 1.
Okay.
All right? Clock's running. You hear Kevin go, stick a fork in them. They're done, baby. Okay? Patty, right then Kevin goes up to Spike. He goes, we're going to do 38 toss. 38 toss for the win, right? Runs out. Right then the Patty girl runs out onto the field. And she grabs Danny. She goes, Danny, you remember the play where your brother scored the winning touchdown in the national championship game? And he goes, timeout! Right? Calls a timeout. Now they're in the huddle. It's Icebox. She's talking to all the guys. She's like, no one thought we would make it this far, but we got to dig, all right? They're going to give this ball to Spike. And then one of the kids goes, he's too strong. She's like, I know, but we can stop him if we do it together, okay? Everybody's like, all right, break, right? Ready, down, set. Icebox goes, shift. They all shift to the right. And then, of course, Kevin goes, they know the play. They know the play. Hot. Goes in slow motion. Pitches it to Spike. He goes around the right side. Sees all the wall of traffic. Stops. Reverses fields. Goes back around. Becky's the only one trailing him. She stops and, from the back, trails him the other way, right? So now they're going like this. Hot Hands cuts him off. So he has to cut it up. It's just him and her. They dive into each other. Boom! She fucking stuffs him, bro. Right at the one. Everybody's like, everybody piles on. The ref's like, did he get it? Did he get it? Kevin and the Danny coach, they're running out to the field. He's like, he got in. She stuffed him. He got in. She stuffed him. The ref. 1st and 10, Giants ball. Stuffs him at the one. 4 seconds left in the game.
Oh, Becky.
Call her Icebox. So they're on the sideline. The coach is like, you guys did it. You stopped them. I'm so proud of you guys, man. And they go, that's not it, coach. We can beat these guys. Yeah, come on, coach. We can beat them. You guys want to go for it? Yeah. All right. What do you think? He asks the nerdy guy who makes all the plays. He goes, annexation of Puerto Rico. Let's do it, boys. All right? Great name for a play, by the way.
Great name for a play.
So Junior Floyd's like, I'm going to get out there too, guys. He runs back out as well, right?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. All right, he gets in the huddle. He goes, all right, boys, ready? One time. They all clap. Spike looks up. He goes, hey, you're mine, pom-pom. Crazy, he's still talking shit to Becky.
Yeah.
She's been fucking you up in one half of football, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? She single-handedly turned the game around.
What do you think the game would have been?
Fumble.
She made you fumble. First play, she was out there, dude.
Yeah.
And stuffed you on the one a second ago.
Yeah, I'd be like, ooh, I gotta take this seriously.
Yeah, this girl's getting fucking played, dude.
Yeah, Jesus.
So, down, set. You see Kevin, Coach O'Shea, don't let anybody get behind you. Nobody behind you. Go. Center does a snap to Junior Floyd. Floyd hands him the ball right back. Center puts the ball right down back below his feet. They go right back to the, you know what I mean? Like this happens in a split second.
Right.
You know what I mean? Junior Floyd fakes the handoff to Becky. Fakes the handoff to Tad. Tad fakes a reverse to Becky. Everybody's like, reverse. Becky's going around the field. Spike runs up. Bam! Lays her out. And he gets up and he goes, no mercy. And then she goes, no ball. Fumble Ruski! Kevin goes, fumble Ruski! Zoltek picks up the ball because he was the center. He was just sitting like hiding on the top of it. You know what I mean? This is a real play, by the way.
Right,
you know that, right?
I know the fumble Ruski. Yeah.
He picks it up. He's fucking going down. Zoltek. He's big fatty. You know what I mean? So they're trying to catch him. Come on, get him. They finally Spike jumps up to him, grabs him. He fucking throws it up. Junior Floyd snacks it. He's going down the sideline now. He's going. Fucking another Cowboy grabs him, throws it. The fucking little nerdy guy. And he's running. And then he goes, I'm going to score a touchdown. And his mom goes, he's going to score a touchdown. Everybody's like, he's going to score a touchdown. Another Cowboy's like, oh, no, you're not. He dives. He fucking does the high step thing into the end zone. Giants. They go crazy. Everybody's going. He fucking keeps running into the goalpost, knocks himself out.
Hey, you deserve that, buddy. You earned that. You earned it. You earned that nap.
You earned that nap, son.
You earned that nap, boy.
All the parents lose it. They all rush the field.
Right.
Spike drops his helmet, but he's the first Cowboy to like start clapping and like he gets the rest of the team like, come on, guys, they won. Like, you know what I mean? Show good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
So Junior and Becky, they're jumping up and they're being all flirty, like looking like they're about to kiss, right? Danny runs up to the Junior girl's mom and he hugs her and he asks her out on a date and then she makes out with him. Right? Spike's dad walks up to Spike and he's crying like a baby, bawling. And Spike goes, it's okay, Dad. He lost. Dad, get a grip, man. Bro, the dad's so funny, bro. He's just bawling. Kevin's wife, he looks back, Kevin's wife's going, ah! And he's like, honey. She's like, whatever. Giants. Starts a whole Giants chant.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, the moment is the moment.
Yeah, also, this is family. Fuck you.
Yeah.
This is my brother-in-law.
Yeah, also, you started this.
Dude, if you just put Becky on the team,
your
your team
is better.
So the brothers walk up. Congrats, Danny. I guess you're the new head coach. But if I wasn't so tough on you, as I was, I don't think you would have beat me today. And Danny kind of looks at him. He goes, hey, Kev, my kids were wondering, you think your team would be interested in joining the Little Giants? And he smiles. He's like, come on, man. One town, one team. It'll only make us better. And he's like,
duh.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to talk to the guys about it. He's like, all right, cool. And he goes, hey, Kevin, what about 2 head coaches on one team? That ever happened? And he goes, no, that's never happened, but I'll think about it. Like, smiling. He's like, okay. And he goes, oh, by the way, Danny, that stupid bet we made, you're not going to hold me to that too. Like, are you? He goes, come on, Kevin. Do I look like the kind of brother who would throw his own flesh and blood out on the street? No. You're always going to have a job at Danny O'Shea Chevrolet pumping gas. Pumping gas station. And he's like, oh, come on, man. Don't do that. Come on, what do we got to do? I'll do anything. Let's work this out. Anything you want. Tell me. He goes, well, there is one thing I've always wanted. He goes, what? And he looks up. Water tower. Turns into Welcome to Urbania, home of the O'Shea brothers. That's Little
nice.
Giants.
That's nice. It's a feel-good ending. It's a feel-good ending.
What do you think, bud?
I'm very happy.
I can't wait for you to get to watch
this.
I can't wait for you to get to watch it.
And it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm curious if it tears you up when it's when the dads are cheering that it gets you.
It sounds like it will.
Yeah.
Just based on knowing me, this sounds like I'm gonna tear up. For sure.
Love it though. You're gonna. I genuinely, this one is. I think you're gonna love this one, bud. I think you're gonna love
I'm
this.
excited to watch it.
Little Giants, guys.
Later.